welcome to another episode of It's All Geek to Me, the pop culture chat show where a group of friends with varying degrees of nerd knowledge get together each week to have a chat about all things geek. Now, riding shotgun with me this week, it's the man with 1,000 voices. It's my buddy Chris Lumb. And sat in the back seat like a pair of naughty boys arguing over a game of top trumps, it's Gary Miceli and Nathan Webb.
Oh, there we go.
Yo, what's going on?
Up, boys? It's a boys' night tonight.
It's it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Sadly,
I
Nat's not with us. Can we tell her why?
Oh,
She's dead.
We can't, can we?
She died.
No, she didn't.
I tell you what, let our viewers write in, comment in as to why they think Natalie isn't with us this evening.
What's up with Nat?
That can be the question.
Team of the show. What's up with Nat?
Week.
Lazy?
It's been a while since we've all been together. But laziness, that's it.
Maybe
It's a
she's
lucky
lazy,
days of latitude. We all know that Natalie's lazy. Yes, so gents, it's the first time we've all been together for a little while. How you all doing?
Didn't even recognise you, Gittins.
Good.
All right. Happy bank holiday Monday.
Happy bank holiday. Do you have bank holidays over there in the US of A, Gary?
No, I don't even know.
Gary just has wank holidays.
Do you have public holidays? Public holidays.
Like Christmas?
What's that?
We have Christmas.
Never heard of it.
Like you have like Labor Day and things like that, right?
Yeah, Groundhog Day and
They have
Is
the
that a day
4th
off
of July.
Well, today we're all working, so I don't think there actually is a holiday today. It's Rosh Hashanah or something like that.
That's one of the figures, isn't
Jewish, and it's also Eid as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there we go.
So, Gary,
Happy Eid, everyone.
Happy Eid, everyone. Gary, we've got a little sneak peek of NYC behind you there.
Look at
You're
that.
with us for an hour this week. You're gracing us with your lunch break this week, aren't you?
Yes, I am gracing you with my lunch break because there is no other thing that I would rather do, honestly, than spend my lunch break with 3 of the most amazing people I know.
Oh,
I think I'd rather have a hot dog or a sandwich.
I'd be in Central Park kicking it about right now.
Yeah, that's why I'd go get some sun, catch some sun, get a big hot dog.
Right. It's raining outside right now, so I can't go to Central Park.
Are you actually having your lunch though? You're not wasting your lunch break by not eating, are you? Oh
no, I know. I'm pretty good.
Okay, good.
What would you normally have on your lunch break in New York City? Would you go for like a Wendy burger, or would you go for a foot long, or
soft pretzel?
Soft pretzel?
The possibilities are endless because in New York,
slice of pizza.
Everything is everywhere.
Pizza pie.
Yeah.
But what would your go-to be? Like, because when we used to work at the Odeon, like, there'd be a few staples that we go and like we'd all go and sort of have our regular lunch from.
Yeah, I
like
got told I had to stop eating the staples.
Greg,
we get stuck in my throat.
It'll be Wendy's, or it would be like the Jacket Potato place up the road, wouldn't it? Something like that.
Yeah. The one Wendy's we used to have in Leeds before it closed down. We don't know why. I used to love Wendy's.
Well, I know why. Us British people were not ready for square burgers. That's what it was. We just weren't ready.
I loved Wendy's. I loved the
Wendy's. I did. I liked it.
I liked a Wendy burger. It was good.
That's tasty. The problem with not being a McDonald's fan, isn't it? You kind of get left out. You got Burger King. And then that's about it.
Is Wendy's still going strong over there, Gary?
Yeah, Wendy's is very strong over here.
I'm going to come over and just go Wendy's all day.
Is Wimpy an American thing, or was that just an English thing?
No, I think that's just an English thing.
Oh, Wimpy was pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
A Wimpy popped up on, like, we got a Wimpy near us. It popped up on Deliveroo earlier on.
Martin.
Hey, mate, how you doing? So, Martin, we've got a little competition tonight. We're missing Natalie. She had to drop out at the last minute, and the question is, why?
Put your answers in the comment.
We might not even tell you.
In the comment, Martin. It's up to you. There might be a prize.
Can we go back to New York food for a sec? Because I really am actually
hungry.
genuine. I'm not hungry. I'm just eating, but I'm genuinely curious. Abby, if it was me, how far is Cat's Deli, man?
Oh, I have no idea. But honestly, I'd
Do
say
you really live in New York?
Yeah, I'd say
for cats.
Yeah. No, I live in Yorkshire. Yorkshire.
That's just a green screen behind him. That's why I wouldn't reveal the blind earlier.
Okay, yeah.
It's not there. It's just like that's an image.
You've totally given yourself away because nobody in Yorkshire pronounces it Yorkshire, mate. It's
Yorkshire.
Yeah, Rich is alive. He's alive.
So Nathan and I have coordinated with the t-shirts tonight. Just noticed.
Yeah, I'd put mine on, but I can't get in it because it's too small. As I found out the other week, I'm like, I can't wear this. It's cutting off my circulation.
Wait, I swear I thought you were a large one, Lumby.
I put mine on, but Rich.
You can have mine, Gary. It's a medium. Will it fit you?
Yeah, it's his bulging muscles that just keep, you know.
It's true. His rippling biceps.
Ripping right through them.
No, it just.
Well, you could just pin it, glue tack it, tape it to your shirt that you've got. So you just got it on the front.
Cut out the geek. It's all geek to me.
Yeah.
Stick it to whatever you want.
It's
exactly.
It's crazy because I just walked from Edinburgh to Manchester.
Holy shit!
That's a schlep, Gary. That is a schlep.
Yeah, and I still had time to dress and to come on the show. So
you're looking very smart, Gary. He's wearing a tie and everything.
It's an illusion.
Thought you were moonlighting as a bank teller.
So we also found out that you play piano, Gary.
Yes.
What's your go-to piece? What's your go-to piece?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god! If you ask me if I play guitar, I literally won't shut up about guitar for about half an hour. You're just like, yes, I do.
Yep. Yes, I do.
What's your go-to piece? I've always wanted to learn just one thing on piano, so you could go to a party, and when there's one there, or a thing, just walk in and play something and go, I won't do any more, but just that one thing.
Like in Groundhog Day.
Yeah, but because you can't play anything else, but you can just play one bit good.
Perfectly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when they say play something else, you could say, I can play it again.
Yeah.
So what would your piece be, Gary? So what would your piece be? Want to impress the ladies? What would you play?
Piece of ass.
What impresses people? The only thing that really impresses people here is just you sitting down and actually just knowing how to play. That it really doesn't matter what song you're playing, just people like anything.
Very coy about this, Gary.
Man of mystery. It's like Austin Powers.
Yeah, you are. I like it.
Play chopsticks on piano, I don't know.
Could you play The Entertainer? Do you know that?
Oh, yeah. Lego Muppets released. We'll talk about that in a minute, Martin. Sorry.
Don't tempt me, Frodo, with the Lego Muppets. I'm not going
I'm going to have to play this now.
Go on then.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Muppet Show!
I love Christopher Lloyd.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light. It's time to meet the Muppets.
Definitely going to get us a copyright strike.
It's worth it.
It's time to dress up right. It's time to raise the curtain on the Muppet Show tonight.
That's one.
Let's get things started on the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Muppet. This is what we call a Muppet Show.
There you go.
And now we've been Disney-feared.
Yeah,
So,
if we're all dead next week, you know why.
Disney have
Disney
come around and
snipers.
sent their assassins to.
have you got any other figures yet, Webb? Have you got them?
I didn't even know that. I thought, what day is it?
They came out yesterday. No, Saturday they were out.
No, I haven't got them. But all I've seen is people on that Muppets group that you sort of mentioned to me going on about how they can't get them anywhere.
Right.
Like they're just, so I'm just at this point, if I see some, I'll pick some up. But I'm not really bothered. I'm going on holiday for 2 weeks. I don't really give a shit right now. I just want to go.
2 weeks.
2 whole weeks.
Good Lord, money bags there going on holiday for 2
fortnight.
weeks.
Oh, I should translate. That means
take 2 weeks off work.
Vacation, Gary. That's what that means.
What are you going to do for 2 weeks?
Well, swim, sunbathe, read a book, listen to music, play with my kid. It's going to be great, man. Make a sandcastle. We're taking a flag to put in the top. And
there you go.
Yesterday, what was it?
WH Smith got some. You can get some
WH
at
Smith in that airport.
That's our man,
I'll be going
our
over
man
I'll be going over my baggage allowance.
only if you refuse the the block of Galaxy chocolate that they try and force you to buy.
They might sell them on plane. Might have them.
Yeah, maybe so.
Free Muppets.
I don't.
Duty free.
It's one of them things. I hope I can get them. I'd like to get them and have them in my collection. But
hey, you never know. Somebody might get you them.
It won't be
I'm not. But somebody
might.
Somebody might. I mean, boom.
Yeah.
So the Muppet Lego figures, and what else is coming out in the range? Are they just coming out lots of different sets, or
It's one of their latest range of minifigures sets. So there's 12 different bags, 12 different figures, like poly bags, and you just buy them one by one, collect them.
right?
So there's no indication that anything else Muppets related is coming out, but there's a rumor that they're going to do some more Muppet sets. So
can you explain something to me? Right. So these minifigure sets, they're regular Lego figure sized, right?
Yeah.
So why are they called minifigures when it's just they
Yeah.
are the figures? It always confused me. I was like, are they smaller than?
No, they've always just
never-
been called minifigs.
Yeah, never thought of that. I've no idea actually. Yeah. Go figure.
How much does
No,
how do they come? How much do they cost? Do they come in like 2 in a pack?
They're about a £3 for one.
350
$3.50 for one.
Okay.
That's about $4, Gary.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
$4
But yeah, I hate
50
myself for wanting these things so badly. But what can you say? You know, it's on
Can you
literally
say?
on my
Well,
t-shirt, isn't it?
Speaking of Lego, I've got a little bit more for you because, as we know, May the 4th,
Whet our appetite.
Star Wars Day.
Aye.
I've seen this.
I know what's coming. Yeah, I know.
So this
Nice.
Look at that. An actual affordable UCS set.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
looks nice. Looks nice.
No,
And also, if you spend
What do you
so
think
much
about that one, Lummy? You fancy that one?
no,
Ah, right.
I'm not bothered. About. You've got to cut yourself off, as we've talked about before, haven't you? You've got to decide what you're going to get. You know.
Yeah, you do. Otherwise, you got to stick to a thing.
I actually got one of those. I was walking from Bristol to Liverpool, and I was able to pick one up.
I'll tell you what you should be getting
yeah.
though. Look what you get if you buy some stuff over the May the 4th from the Lego shop. You get this.
Yeah,
The fuck? What is that?
it's
Aunt Baru.
Aunt Baru's kitchen with blue milk.
Why?
Just
Why?
cause.
Because everybody wants it.
Just because, man. Like that's the latest set they've done.
I mean, surely that costs them more to design and produce than
No, everybody will be getting it.
Nah.
everybody will.
I think at this point they're generating enough income that they know what they're doing. You know what I mean when they're releasing these sets.
I don't know about you, but I had to hike all the way up Seven Sisters.
Oh yeah.
Right, that's
Just to find
not
the
far
Lego
from
set.
me. That's really not far from me at all, Gary.
I know.
Whoa.
He knows. He's been doing
Then
Well, I
after
was,
went to Bristol and Edinburgh.
We must
one
have just
day.
missed each other, man, because I literally got the subway from Lexington up to Central Park yesterday. So we probably just passed each other. Like
What were you doing in Central
349.
Park, Webby?
Sorry, Martin.
$3.49. That's even better.
Wow.
Actually, Martin can help us out here. He must know because he works there, doesn't he, W.H. Smith? So, have you got the field guide, Martin? Can you find out where your Kermits are and your Miss Piggies and your?
Oh, can you not?
Yeah.
Can you not? Are they? Oh, you
Yeah, you
can't
got-
see which ones you're buying.
No,
No,
there's a
it's blind.
field.
Oh, it's
That's
like
what they do.
pinning
Yeah.
stickers.
Yeah,
type.
they do
Oh,
field guides though
Ah,
Yeah, a
online,
couple
don't
of
they?
years ago, they
really?
released a
That
bunch of
sounds
Harry
really perfect.
on the second series of Harry Potter figures that they did. In the Lego shop, they'd opened them all up and they were all in little Tupperware, so you could just get whichever one you wanted. So I don't know if they're doing that again. I think that kind of defeats the fucking purpose because then the one figure that nobody wants is going to be the one they're left with millions of, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the rarest Lego toy?
Oh,
Oh,
we
God,
we
man.
did this one night, didn't we? We did a list of them. I think there's
It's a castle, isn't it?
there's also, it depends whether it's minifigures or not. There's some really rare minifigures. I think there's one called Mr. Gold.
Mm.
That's a little gold
Ah,
figure.
that was one that they actually. Yes, that was the one mistake that Lego are like, we're never repeating that ever again.
Mm.
Where they actually, because it kind of defeated the purpose of the whole Lego community. Because
Yeah.
these figures started skyrocketing
yeah.
for thousands of dollars.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
sacked
there
that
was
guy.
like
They sacked the guy that was like,
1,000
let's
of
make
them
all the
released to
Lego.
the world.
Let's make all the Lego out of solid gold.
Look at this.
Oh yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
That's so weird. It reminds me of like Clerks with the guy who just comes in to check the eggs.
Yeah.
It was the small one made out of solid gold, wasn't it?
I think it was gold plated. Plated.
Okay, because I found one like that when I went to Canterbury.
We can't believe anything you're saying when you name dropping all these places.
I believe it.
I think you're very well travelled. I think we should make a film or a book. In fact, the story that you're always wanting to write, Gary. This should be it. It should be. You should just need to fill in the gaps between each place that you've been to.
That's what you should do. You should write a travel guide about visiting Britain, although you've never been here, and you should just make up whatever you want about every city. Yeah.
An American's Guide to Britain, having never visited Britain.
Yeah.
That's an awesome idea.
As soon as you get out of Edinburgh, you turn left to Cardiff, and then you go straight to Norfolk.
Yeah, Norfolk. That's a difficult one for Americans.
That's amazing. That's like you just the directions there were completely the other way. You'd go right to go to Cardiff, and then you'd go left to go to Norfolk further down. Wow,
brilliant. I love it. I think you should like totally make stuff up. Like, I went to the birth of pizza.
But you've also just done that across Britain as well.
And then once you complete that journey, you will find where Natalie is.
That's a point. Yes, folks. So we're missing Natalie tonight. She had to drop out at the last minute, and we're not going to say why. We want you to tell us why Natalie's missing.
Hi, man.
Gary and his buddy Danny DeVito, guys.
Yeah, Gary and Danny do Britain. That sounds
rude. We have got. I've got another couple of bits, but not much really tonight. So we've got some ObiWan artwork there. That's official with Vader on it. Yeah.
It looks a bit unofficial.
No, it's official. That.
So, Lummy, I was sat in the dressing room in the show watching this show, and you were talking about Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman, Long Way Up and Long Way Round and Long Way Down. I didn't realise you were a big fan of those, or you liked those shows. I absolutely love those shows, and Sylvia and I I've just introduced her to them, so we're just watching The Long Way Up, which is a bit boring compared to the first two. Yeah. But did you watch The Long Way Up?
Yeah, I enjoyed him.
So he was massively name dropping Star Wars so much more in that last one compared to the second one. Like,
of course.
Constantly making Star Wars references all the time in sort of characters, Ewan McGregor. So yeah, it's. I wonder how much he knew about this series then.
He knew a lot.
This was like 2019, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He knew a lot because when I met him, I told him all about it. We met in Glasgow.
Well, he's from around that way, isn't he? He's from up in Scotland.
Right.
Yeah, he is.
Ewan McGregor's Scottish.
Yeah.
I know everything now.
So May the 4th, there'll be some Star Wars news dropping, won't they? On Wednesday, there'll be a load of stuff, whether we're going to get trailers or whatever it's going to be. But there's Star Wars Celebration as well at the end of May. So they'll be
what's this crazy shit, though, about releasing a trailer 2 minutes before the thing's coming out? Do we care right now? It's nearly out. It's going to be out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
A fucking trailer at this point isn't going to entice me because I know I'm already going to watch it. The trailer should have come 3 months ago to make me excited. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm curious. I'm curious to see whether they can knock this one out of the park or whether it's going to be a total shit show. I wonder how many fucking Darth Vader fights we're going to see. Is it going to build up to one right at the end of the series? Is it going to start with one? Like, what are they going to do?
One every episode.
Yeah, that'd be all. Yeah, fair enough.
Speaking of trailers, I've got a trailer if you want to watch it.
Star Wars.
No.
John Candy.
So I saw and I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll just shove it on.
A mystery trailer. All right,
it's a mystery trailer.
What's the first thing that pops in your head when I say Chip and Dale? I bet it's these guys! But certainly the second would be those rascally cartoon chipmunks, Chip and Dale. What if I did something like...
I am into nuts!
Good, I love it.
Great stuff!
Woo! Just want to remind you guys I'll be at FanCon this afternoon. Hey, watch out! I'm keeping myself fit and, you know, my updated modern look.
Don't you think you'd have more fans here if Chip did these events with you?
I hadn't thought about him in a while. I should give him a call. See how life's treating him.
Life is the worst, which is why you need good insurance. A message on my landline. I don't like that.
I know you're still mad about Rescue Rangers getting canceled, but I just got a call from the police and I need your help.
I searched the perimeter. No clues.
Why would there be? 6 missing tunes in a month and not one clue.
Oh, no!
Chip! Dale, you look different.
It's no secret I had the CGI surgery. What's been up with you?
You know, this, that, other vague things to fill the space of this conversation.
Cool.
We can see what we can find out and then pass it along to the officer, but that's all we're gonna do.
So you're saying the Rescue Rangers are back? Yes!
You two come poking around where you don't belong, and I can't have that.
Run!
I got him! What are you looking at?
Honestly, your weird dead eyes.
Over here!
Go get him!
This is awesome!
I was always more of an Alvin and the Chipmunks person.
You monster.
It was like professional.
Same time!
Jinx! You owe me a non-brand specific cola. What? That was crazy! Somebody called Guinness Book!
This is incredible!
Oh, we lost it.
I mean, I like Chip and Dale, but
Which one?
the strippers.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's face it, we're all a fan of the strippers. I mean, this seems like fucking Easter egg, hog heaven, Disney, Lord of the Rings,
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
chucked
yeah.
in the same fucking thing, crossover,
Like
than Fish
Who
from the
Framed
Little
Roger?
Mermaid.
Like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but the Disney. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
wow.
man. I tell you, all right, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I didn't know this was coming out, and that looks way better than it probably should. I don't know. Could be a good one to watch with the kid. See, I got an excuse. I get to watch all these fucking cartoons because I got a kid. And
You don't
also-
need an excuse. Just watch
You don't
them.
need an excuse. You don't need an excuse. That's true. And I probably would still watch a great deal of them had I not had a child. But yeah, it's cool.
Thor full trailer, Moon Knight finale, and Doctor Strange this week to look forward to.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Moon Knight and a few things like that in a bit. But before we do, gentlemen, have you ever, you know, when you sat in a movie theater and the projector breaks or there's a delay to the film?
Usually
and
means Mummy's working that shift.
It does, yeah. Well, on a first night screening of The Lost City in an AMC theater in America, this happened.
So, I am a single mom. Do we have any single moms in the house? Take my ashes and spread them near Pismo Beach and Lake Tahoe and whatever's left over, I want you to put in your dad's coffee grinder. I feel like all the moms in NorCal thought I was a stripper. Does anybody here tattoos? So I also like to give advice to people. I believe in Buddha. Jesus was never married. He could have been dropping off the kids for a week and have been like, here's your dead fish, bitch. I want to help. I want to inspire. I've been going through depression. Does anybody in here chant? Numb your hold and get your numb your hold and get your. I'm like, if that can get Tina Turner away from Ike Turner, that can get me out of my one bedroom into a house in the hills. Hold and get your numb your hold and get your numb your hold and get your numb your hold and get your. And I joined the all-black gospel choir. I look back over my life and I think things over. Usually when I sing that song, the white people are confused. Put us out of our misery. Put us out of our misery. Oh, do you want to come down here and try to entertain people? Well, you're trying to dim my light, so you need something. I never thought I would see like a racist Asian. Sometimes people get jealous if they haven't been through as many things as you. So this is an opera that I wrote. I actually did it the other night at the Laugh Factory and they loved it. I told you not to have the baby. Thank you. I'm on Tiffany King TikTok. I'm also psychic medium on the side.
Oh, of course you are, love.
Also
Gary,
a
is that your
psychic medium
girlfriend?
on the side?
I think
Not
we got
anymore, it's not.
a woman of Gary's dreams there, man.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, somebody that can
How
match your crazy.
crazy is that?
I don't know what I just watched, man. That was
The video didn't play right, did it? Did you see all that?
I didn't.
No,
I heard everything.
No,
I didn't.
Yeah, for some reason, I've frozen on this side, actually.
You've frozen for us, we can still hear you. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
If you're frozen on one side, that's usually a stroke.
Oh, God. Oh. Lummy, can you stop that?
What's going on?
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it again.
No, that was terrifying.
So, Lummy, also, there's the video next to it as well. Can you just play that very quickly?
Yeah.
You want to fight? Is that the deal?
Whoa, bro.
Fight?
What was that?
That's Ezra Miller.
Oh,
He's
so was
the-
it just audio?
No, actually, there was. I'm going to disappear for a second. I'm going to come back because I think I just need to refresh. 1 sec.
Yeah. All right.
That without moving his mouth.
I know. Ventriloquist. Hopefully we'll come back on in a sec. So the idea is with this video, we told he's back. Are you back?
So what? Well, the one with the lady, right?
So
Is that
basically,
a thing? Is that a thing that when you go into
the projector broke down the cinema, and she decided to go up and do some stand-up comedy.
Oh,
Just
that
without.
was? It
Yeah.
sounded like a woman shouting at people.
Yeah. That was stand-up.
Oh, okay.
Um,
In its loosest sense of the word, I'm guessing. Fucking hell, anybody can really do it. God, what is? Oh, jeez, I can't imagine being that person that thinks, well, it stopped. Everybody's probably going to want to watch me now.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
Fucking hell.
it's kind of a ballsy thing to do, but if it's not, I mean, it's also a bit of a crazy. It's like, why would you?
Yeah, it is.
I feel sorry for the people who walk out at the front of the bloody Everyman and have to say, hello, I'm from the Everyman, and I'm going to tell you what this film's about. I hope you enjoy it, and I'm going to get you some nachos and some pizza if you want while the film's on. And then they do a little pun at the end. I always think, why the fuck do they make these poor members of staff do that? Awful.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a lady called Tiffany Miller. And she, apparently her 8-year-old daughter dared her to do it.
Right, okay.
And then she also did this. If it's going to show us. There we are.
What the?
Stop showing this. I don't want to get copyright strike.
So was that supposed to be the Wicked Witch of the West or something? Or?
It was supposed to be Rey from The Last Jedi.
I mean, also she's got a 6-year-old daughter.
8-year-old daughter.
Right.
So she's a comedian and a psychic medium.
Was her 8-year-old daughter in the audience?
Yes.
Hang on a
So
minute.
she's the one
She's
who
missed the
dared
trick
her.
there. She's missed the trick there. She's a comedian and a psychic medium. No, she's not. She's a comedian, right?
Oh.
To call herself. Come on, love. Fucking marketing.
Or an occupational poet, at the very
Oh,
least.
Well, I mean, it could be worse. You could have stood up and said, okay, whose relatives are dead?
Well, she ended up being a bit racist during the thing. Because she
what we're going to say is I think she dropped like loads of F-bombs as well. If her 8-year-old kid's in there, she's like, hey, motherfuckers, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever felt the need to do that? Any of you guys? Anyone felt the need?
If that happened to me in the theatre, I think I'd prefer somebody to pull out a shotgun. Honestly.
Well, it's like the people on the flight in there was a flight in Europe, and a bunch of Americans were on it, and they started singing church songs and getting up and playing like about how happy Jesus is and how much he loves everybody, and like playing guitar and everything. And all these other passengers, and they're filming it, and all these other passengers just sat there being very British about it, just not being like too polite to say fuck off.
I mean, they do. they do gigs on planes and stuff, but they actually know they're going to happen. I've done a gig in a cinema, a comedy gig. There used to be one in Hull. Where
all you did is you just walked in and started talking to the fucking audience that was sitting there like she did. That's not a gig. That's a crazy
no, it was a ticketed gig.
That's
not
a
like
hostage situation, Lummy.
Yeah.
That's not a gig.
But it's like
I'm not going to be the one to stop the Christians singing on the plane, though. Because if they're singing and the plane ain't crashing, then I'm thinking we'll just leave things as they are. Maybe they've got, maybe they're onto something. If they stop singing and all of a sudden we hit turbulence, you know what I mean? I'm like, keep going, guys. Do you know any more Jesus songs?
I mean, what do you think of this lady doing this? I mean, if she's trying to entertain people, I mean, nobody asked for it, did they? Nobody would like.
No,
the more than
where
happy
she went
to
wrong, in my opinion. What I think about is it's fucking horrendous, and she needs locking up. But what I think is even worse. You think she should have got up and said, "Would anybody like me to do some stand up while we're sitting here like chumps?" And if everybody said, "No, thanks, you look really racist." Then...
So this is what brings me on to the next thing. So I was talking about. So there's this guy here. I don't know if any of you recognise. I showed you the clip of Ezra Miller there, or you heard the clip. Basically, that was a clip of him just choking some random fan.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
So Ezra Miller obviously is in the new Fantastic Beasts film. He was the Flash. He's been troubling a lot of people. So he has been arrested by police recently in Hawaii for trying to get into a nightclub when they didn't want it to come in. He also decided to start having a go at some people singing karaoke in a bar, started screaming at them and tried to snatch the microphone away from a 26-year-old lady. He also allegedly broke into
the movie theater.
Yeah. He allegedly broke into a couple's home in Hawaii and stole their passport and some of their belongings, and they've had to get a restraining order out on him. I mean, so, is this bad behaviour or is this mental health? Did they do it
as the Flash? Did they know it was him?
Yeah. But then when you look at Johnny Depp being taken...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the kid that starred in We Need to Talk About Kevin, right? Because that is one fucked up film. I don't know if any of you have seen We Need to Talk About Kevin with Tilda Swinton, but he plays this really, really dark teenager who's really troubled. And he plays it so convincingly that it doesn't actually surprise me. Yeah, dude. I mean, that is a messed up film. Yeah. I mean, properly messed up. So he's hit puberty and stuff, and he's trying to seduce his mum, but not in a healthy way.
In a good way.
Not in the right way. It's really weird.
Is there a right way to seduce your mom?
Well, Nathan's mom,
I wouldn't know. But yeah, it's a weird film. He plays this really messed up teenager. That's why it's called We Need to Talk About Kevin.
Right.
But yeah, he's okay.
Because you look at Johnny Depp, obviously being removed from the Fantastic Beasts films, for the whole thing with Amber Heard, and then you look at the behaviour of this character, this actor.
Then I think he's probably playing with time before he gets before he just stops getting work. Nobody wants to work with these controversial people, but the thing is, most of us are we're not normal people, so. Trying to hold ourselves up to a standard of normality and never make a mistake. I mean, it just happened to Bill Murray last week, and he's got to explain something.
What is it that Bill Murray's got to explain?
He's fucking mean, Rich. He's mean to people.
It's not that. It's not that.
Is it not?
He's come out since then. He's put a statement out. I should have got it actually, screenshot, but he said it were basically. He hadn't said exactly what it was, but he said it was like he were having a laugh with some lady on the set. Basically, she took it the wrong way, whatever it is that he's done. I think there was somewhere where he said he pulled her hair or something, or pigtails or something, and grabbed onto him, and
Right. This is what I can't understand. If people haven't got the message yet that nobody's fucking safe and one tiny event can change the course of your career, then fucking tough shit. Even if it is Bill fucking Murray, I'm sorry, Lummy. I know you're a fan, and I know you're always going to probably be on his side. But if he can't fucking behave himself, and I have heard that he's mean. I've heard that he's mean to a lot of, ever since going right back to Groundhog Day and films like that. I've heard he's fucking mean to people. Yeah, unless he likes you. If he likes you, He's as nice as pie. And yeah, cool. Bill Murray will show up in a bar and have a drink with you. Maybe you'll meet him on the golf course. And he's so kooky and zany. He sounds like a prick. I'm sorry.
We've got this here.
Yeah, I read it earlier on. And the thing is that the weirdest thing is come from an Aziz Ansari film. Right? I don't know if you remember your fucking history, but a couple of years ago, he was in trouble as well. Serious hot water about some things that he'd allegedly done.
No one's safe.
Nobody's safe. No, not even Murray.
I mean, particularly in the case of this chap here. I don't know if any of you recognise Isaac Cappy at all.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, it's like he styled himself on Disco Stew from The Simpsons. But he was a bit part actor. He was in Thor. He was in Breaking Bad and things like that. So nothing like huge or anything like that. And basically, his best friends on the Hollywood circuit were Seth Green and remember the robot chicken guy and James Gunn. And Seth Green and his wife, they used to hang out all the time. And he started getting into the whole Pizzagate conspiracy theory. Obviously, the whole. I mean, I don't want to give any of it any credence, but he set up a YouTube channel and was sort of propagating all this fake news for a while. And then 2018, he popped up on the Alex Jones show, the right-wing conspiracy theorist who says that they put chemicals in your fruit juice to turn frogs gay in America and all this batshit stuff. And there's actually a clip, and I didn't want to show it because Alex Jones is sort of barred from YouTube and Facebook and things like that. But basically, Isaac Cappy phones in to retell this story about how he was at Seth Green's house. And basically what happened is they got fed up of him just coming and go, God, apparently, you have to be inappropriate with children in order to break it into the Hollywood circuit and all those sorts of things, constantly just going on about these conspiracy theories. And in the end, Seth Green at a dinner party one night just turned around and went, yeah, it's true. That's a fake bookcase there. Behind there is where we keep the children that we mistreat. And Isaac Cappy freaked out, left the dinner party and was sort of quiet for a while and then appeared on the Alex Jones show and just started spreading all of and he was the person who said that Tom Hanks was involved in the whole Pizzagate thing. And sadly, the guy ended up dying in 2019. Basically, he was sat on a bridge near his hometown. He'd gone home. He'd sort of made these phone calls to his family. He was sat on a bridge. Apparently, he was seen sitting on this bridge. And two young guys stopped thinking he was about to kill himself. So they ran over to go and sort of grab hold of him and apparently knocked him over. And he fell to his death. It's this weird story about this kind of semi-successful actor who was on the fringes of this Hollywood circle of people who've made it really. I mean, James Gunn, for Christ's sake, has made it, really, really big. It's just strange how maybe fame isn't for some people. Is it? He had a YouTube.
I've got some science questions based on what you just said, though. A, what flavour of juice am I supposed to be worried about turning frogs gay?
It's the green juice.
Green juice.
Green flavour. Green flavour.
I like green juice.
Right.
But I'm honestly, maybe the frogs want to be gay. Who cares if frogs are gay? Yeah. Maybe frogs were gay all along, and
all along you're just trying to. Yeah, exactly.
I don't really know.
I mean, Alex Jones.
That's why Kermit never settled down with Miss Piggy,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it could be so.
But John Monson has done a really brilliant, in-depth exploration into Isaac Cappy's life on one of his podcasts. It's absolutely brilliant. It's really, really interesting.
Usually wait till you're a bit more famous before you go that fucking crazy, though, don't you?
It's such a bizarre story. I mean, I found the footage of him on the Alex Jones show, and it is bonkers. It's bonkers, the things that he's talking about. Okay. And quite clearly Seth Green and his wife were just having a laugh with him. I mean, you think about James Gunn and Seth Green, their brand of humor is kind of risque, pushing boundaries anyway. It's just crazy that this guy sort of sucks it all up. Really weird. Really weird.
It's a strange world we're living in, man.
Speaking of strange,
Oh, nice segue, buddy.
Next week, guys.
Thursday, next week.
Yes, this Thursday.
Well, this week. This Thursday.
5th of May. Yeah.
Have you got tickets, Laurie?
No, not yet. Just you don't need to free book
people going to go see
now.
this in the theatre, or are you going to wait? Or
theatre.
I might actually go see this on Thursday morning. I didn't realize. I thought it was next week, but I'm off on Thursday, so I might actually.
Yeah, I think I'll wait till I get back.
What cameos do you think that are going to be in there that no one is talking about and they're hiding from us?
This
Not
is the
the
thing,
obvious
Gary.
one,
The
but the
smoke
secret
screen has
cameo.
become pretty devious, by false rumoring things. So, by what you just said, at the minute, I think Disney / Marvel want us to see that the element of doubt is there. So theoretically, you can have any of the X-Men, any of them could pop into this. Deadpool could pop into it. Venom could pop into it. The Fantastic Four, and then a bunch of other fucking people that we've completely forgotten about. Spidey could be in there. Yeah, we'll see. So
do you think we'll see Spider-Man?
I think we're going to see Tobey Maguire.
You think?
Right. Okay.
Just because it's Sam Raimi doing it,
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I also am really conscious of a thing coming out should be exciting enough. I'm not going to see the movie, and I don't want to go see a movie based on the strength of who's going to pop up in that fucking movie. That's a stupid reason to see a film. It should just be a good film.
Yeah,
that's true. Have a good fucking story.
I thought you were going to say, I'm not going to see the movie then, and just leave it at that. Like, what are you going for then? I'm not going to the theatre to see the movie. I'm going to see that woman doing the stand-up.
I'm there for the stand-up alone.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm going to go.
Tiffany
Recreate that video for you on Thursday. Go at cinema.
That would be beautiful.
I wonder how many stand-ups who aren't getting much attention are thinking, you know what? Maybe I'll go to the cinema and just unplug the fucking projector in the middle, and I've got a captive audience.
Got quite a lot. She ended up being on a talk show in America over it. She got quite a lot of infamy. Let's say, over it.
Yeah, but everybody thinks she's a dickhead.
Doesn't
matter, does it? Still gets your views. Don't matter.
It don't. And I think you only need to have half a good idea, don't you? People only see that good idea. They don't really, Maybe some of this. I didn't quite clearly hear some. I didn't realize she was doing stand-up. At first, I thought you were showing us some sort of angry Karen in the cinema video thing.
No,
I didn't realize that.
Apologies. The video was just really laggy and not showing. But she was literally running around the cinema. Running around the seats doing this.
I bet she's a fucking excellent mother. I wonder how many fucking stand-up shows this kid's had to sit through in like fucking supermarkets.
Oh no! She started doing shows with her kid as well, so she's getting double billed with her kid at some comedy nights.
Do you think she's going to be in Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah.
I wonder what film it was you were going to watch.
It was The Lost City.
So that's
taking an 8-year-old to that. Yeah.
No, but it'll be a okay film to take a kid to.
Yeah, it'll be a 12.
But the fact that she was F-bombing all the way through it, you think there's probably kids in that audience watching her do that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm as massively bothered about the F-bombing as I am the casual racism. Somebody shouting out like, I've never heard an Asian woman be so racist. Like,
all of it.
That's a strange one, man.
Yeah.
No, that was a woman criticizing her. So she did the sort of racist chanting, and then an Asian woman sort of said, you shouldn't be doing that as a white woman. And she said, I've never heard an Asian woman be so racist.
Oh right, okay.
It's like, wow.
That's crazy,
you're the victim in this situation. It's like, sorry.
Oh, dear.
Well, I thought some prayers go out to all the people in that audience who had to sit through that.
Bonkers, isn't it? Absolutely bonkers.
Just trying to watch a bit of Sandy B. Watch a Sandy B movie and chill.
How are we all doing with Moon Knight, chaps?
Are
we all up to date with it?
No, I've only watched the first 2 episodes. I'm well behind.
What's going on with me?
Yeah, why?
I thought we were going to be able to have a big in-depth chat about Moon Knight tonight.
No, I've just not watched the rest of it. I need to.
Are you not enjoying it?
Wait till
Yeah, I
it
thought
finale.
the first 2 episodes were really good. I just haven't got around to, I won't tell you why. Gigging.
Oh.
Gigging.
Oh.
He had to get in because I didn't ask him what he's been up to, so
I know you hate it. I know you hate it when I say I've been gigging, but yeah.
No, I do. I love it. I expect.
I love it. It's
what I expect.
Gigging.
So, yeah, man. Oh, can we talk about? I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Gary, there's a show in England every year
It's called Terry and June.
Inside Number 9. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. It's not fucking. It's no Heidi High, I have to say. But Inside Number 9 is an anthology series. These 2 guys.
Wait, so these 2 guys are inside Number 9?
Yeah, every episode is based.
I think we've
on
all been
different
inside
place.
Number 9.
Yeah, we have. But it started up again last week, and the first 2 episodes have been brilliant.
Sorry, I'll pull up in a sec.
Well, boys, I bid you adieu.
Oh, you got to go back to work.
Oh, Gary.
Gary, thanks for spending your time with us on your lunch break. That's what a treat.
Gary, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got to go drive your taxi cab now.
Yeah. I gotta go flip pancakes over at the diner.
How many pianos you sold today, big man?
No one really came in today. It was raining all day.
What the fuck? That sounds like a great time to go to the piano shop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get out of the rain, go and play piano.
Get soak in the atmosphere of the rain and be like, yeah, I need to play something.
Maybe you should go downstairs and play a piano and bring people in. Have you got a floor piano there? You could do the scene from Big.
What's the most expensive piano you sell?
I think over $200,000.
Have you got time to answer these questions? You don't really do. You got to get back.
He's got to go, doesn't he?
Those fucking pianos aren't going to sell themselves.
Just being friendly by
I got one more question. I know your boss is eyeballing
you.
you. I know your boss is looking at you right now. But have you ever
one.
sold a piano to anybody famous?
Billy
Tom
Joel
Hanks,
came in.
big.
Billy
Sorry.
Joel came in before I got the job.
Oh.
He came in a few weeks ago.
Did he say I'm the piano man? You went, give us a song.
No. Funny. A few months ago, some guy came into the store. He had a hat on, sweatshirt, very unassuming. It was Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, right. Okay.
Nice.
Sweet.
Nice.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal. He's a good actor.
Yeah, me too.
I loved him in Batman Begins.
I don't think I'm bothered about the ambulance one he's just done. Ambulance.
Gary, before you go, where are you walking to and from next? It's the question it's on everybody's lips. Where are you walking to and from?
Right. So obviously I love walking. Right. So I'm actually walking from Binghamton.
Bringhamton.
Yeah.
Binghamton.
Yeah.
Where's that?
And then Northumberland.
What?
Norfolk. And
Northumberland.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Well, have fun. I've heard
Guys,
the locals
if anybody
are
in
really
the audience
friendly.
out there is in New York City, if you walk down Lexington, what block is it again? Block 70, and just ask for Gary, buy a piano.
Also, Chris, are we still on to meet in Wendover Woods?
Where? Yeah, Gary, that's still on. Yeah,
I love you, Gary. Gary, man, we love you. Thank you very much for coming and spending your lunch break with us, dude. And we'll see you very soon.
Man. We hope we haven't got you sacked.
And I'll see you at Kersey.
Bye.
See you later, man.
I don't know what we're on about.
Oh God, I love that guy.
That's so endearing.
It's
so
beautiful,
endearing.
isn't
Watching an
it?
American say English, I could watch that for an hour. Just listing all the places.
You nearly did. 49 minutes.
Oh dear.
I hope he sells the piano and gets his commission.
Yeah, same here. Have any of you guys seen Uncharted yet?
No.
Yes, I have actually.
Well, we've already spoken about it, so we could just repeat the conversation we had 2 nights ago, or
was it worth
tell
watching?
me about it.
It was all right, Lummy, to be honest. Yeah, it was all right. It was very for a computer game movie. It felt computer gamey. It was all right. The humor was all right. It's no Indiana Jones, which all this stuff wants to be, but yeah, it was all right.
It felt like once you got into the style of it, it had a very definite style that it was a computer game. So like there's bits of it, you're watching bits that you're pretty sure you've played. Like the intro, like it's almost identical to a cutscene.
It's almost like you're watching the actors have a sort of CGI
sheen on them. Yeah, exactly.
Like they've been smoothed over or something. But it
so some of the language and some of the acting is very computer gamey, but it's a really, really enjoyable sort of.
Does it put the dialogue lines up and the select on the screen while you're watching it? Which
yeah.
If you
so the ending changes depending on how you want to play it.
Yeah, if you've played the games as well, there are a few Easter eggs in there for people that have played the games.
Cool.
But I won't spoil them for you, buddy.
But yeah, no, I thought it was. I really enjoyed watching it actually because I had such low expectations.
Finally saw Batman. Finally saw it.
I saw it last night.
I'm rewatching it in a minute.
I enjoyed it. Thought we were all right.
Yeah.
A bit long, really, but
it was a bit long. Right. So we were saying this last night. Both really enjoyed it, but there was just something not quite right. And for me, I think it was the end game. It just seemed a bit clunky.
It was,
and a bit.
You know what, as well?
Do you know what? It was weird. It was really, I've said this to Gittins, but it was really perfectly cast. Everybody was great. Everybody was great. And a lot happened, but nothing happened. And
I was just going to say,
have a lot to do.
Yeah. To say it's 3 hours long, you don't get a lot of, you don't seem to see the characters a lot of the time. It's weird. Like, for example, Alfred, is it literally what, 2 scenes, 3 scenes?
Yeah, and he's good. He's all right.
Yeah,
Commissioner Gordon was great. Batman was great.
Even him, there was Batman and stuff. You don't really. It felt like you didn't really see him or get into the character.
I said to Gittins about it that for me, I've actually seen enough of the dark, gritty Batman set in the real world, and I think what it was missing for me was a bit of glitter, a bit of color, a bit of that campiness, a bit. We've missed that out. We've missed that out for a few Batmans now, and I think we're ready for a bit of color in there. Because in this world, right, you can't have people like Killer Croc or Bane. They tried Bane, but Tom Hardy's Bane is nothing like Bane in the comic books, where he's bigger than Hulk and he's all venomed up, you know, with all the juice flowing through him to make him. So they've kind of put themselves in this, you know, pigeonhole, really. They can't.
I mean, none of the DC stuff
with it anymore.
The trouble is, I think, with a lot of it, all these DC stuff that they come out, they don't know what they want to do they? They don't seem to make a decision on this is the franchise now. You know, they've tried it with all these, you know, Wonder Woman and Batman and v Superman, all that, and then they seem to have gone, that didn't really work. Let's try rebooting the Batman again.
So they've done 2 Catwomans, right? 2 Catwomen, right, in the past 20 years in these movies. Anne Hathaway and Zoe Kravitz, yeah. Neither of them were licked by cats. Neither of them were licked awake like Michelle Pfeiffer was, right? And I totally believe she was Catwoman because she was licked alive. Like she died and they licked her to life, didn't they? They licked her face and everything, and she turned into part cat. These are just chicks in leather clothes, which is nice to see. But where are her whip skills, man? Where are her jumping around, flipping around skills? I don't know.
But it felt like it was early days of Batman, so it was like felt like it was the bit just after Gotham finished. I know they're completely different universes, but it felt like, you know, after Gotham, he disappears off, and then he comes back. Maybe that's what
they could have named it, Rich. Instead of the Batman, they could have called it Batman Perineum. It's the bit in between the decent stuff.
I like the fact that they based the Riddler on a young Alan Bennett.
Yeah. I just like to say, after the Batman, riddle me this, Batman, I said as I dipped my digestive into the coffee cup. A bit of tea, maybe a cup of tea.
Mother wants to know.
Riddle me this, riddle me that.
But again, looking at the film, I really liked the Riddler's arc. I liked the storyline, liked his riddles. I liked it, but there was just something like missing.
For me, it was that last section. It was that last bit,
Yeah.
the bit where he has the conversation with him in Arkham Asylum, and then he's like, "Oh," and it's that. It's quite that he wants him to be with him. I think I might have missed something in that conversation, because then he's like, "This isn't how it's supposed to happen, right? We're just going to have to witness it, and the vans are going to blow up." And all these armed people are going to be, and you told that there's these 500 fringe lunatics that are following him on his social media channels, which doesn't sound like a lot, actually. And then you've got like 24 guys with machine guns turn up at this political event. It just seems like, and it seems very studio set.
But they were in COVID, so I understand why that.
Good point. That's true. That's true.
The fact that it even looked remotely like it wasn't filmed in lockdown was a bit of.
Oh, they filmed Liverpool, didn't they? They did a lot in Liverpool as well.
Glasgow as well, right?
Yeah.
Gary's walking from there to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, so it was what it was. I mean,
what's emo Batman?
Well, the best thing about it was they didn't show that fucking same scene again with them outside the Monarch Theatre in Crime Alley.
The pearl necklace. Yeah.
You know what the shame of it is they're like, right, okay, we're going to make another Batman movie. We need somewhere to film it. The last few places we've filmed it have not looked like Gotham. We need somewhere that looks shitter and dirtier. Let's go to Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Thanks, filming a lot. They're filming a lot Liverpool and Glasgow, though, aren't they? You know.
It's fucking cheap. Yeah, man. Anyway, so the Batman, I mean, I don't know.
Also, because my girlfriend's away for a few days. She's gone back to Italy, so I just thought, right, I'm going to sit and watch all the films that I've been wanting to watch that I know that she's not going to be particularly interested in. So I did the Batman, did Uncharted, and I did Jackass Forever. Peter Rabbit 2. I mean, it's a Gibby secret. I mean, and I did Jackass Forever as well.
Oh, yeah, I watched that. Yeah.
Had you watched all the other ones leading up to it?
Yeah.
I don't think I'd seen the films, but I think I've seen a couple of them. But I think, was this the fourth one? Because it's Forever? I don't know.
No, it's the fifth, I think.
I think they had so much footage from number 3, they did a 3.5.
Right.
A movie out of it.
I mean, I've seen them, you know, now and again and that, but why? What did you think?
Well, I didn't know that they were bringing in a new generation of
jackasses,
guinea pigs, I guess, and none of them really had the personality. There was an English one which kind of threw me, but
wasn't there somebody called? Who was the poop guy? What was he called?
No, the poop guy's always in it. Dave England.
No, there's a new guy who was called something like Poopies.
Oh, he was, Pooties.
Poopies. Yeah, he was called. I'm sure he was called Poopies. Really stupid. Yeah. It was all right, man. I mean, the same people still take a lot of punishment. Johnny Knoxville takes just the right amount of punishment for him to be there, but
and for him to be stretchered off as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's scaled back a lot. The one
they always get Steve unawares coming out of the caravan as well. Sorry.
The one I felt sorry for is the same guy I've always felt sorry for, who seems to always get the worst of things, and it's that Aaron McGenry. There's Dave England and Aaron McGenaghy or something like that. He's called Danger Aaron. Jesus Christ! I mean, everything in this movie seemed to be directly, like, pretty much involving him. The bear thing got me. That was
terrifying. That was terrifying.
It was right there in his face, and
the handler was very much like, I've got to get in there. It was very, and
this is what happens 10 seconds before you get your dick ripped off by a bear. I've got to get in there and help this guy out. Yeah, it was pretty rough.
But I'm not convinced if that bear at that moment had decided that he wanted to rip Aaron's head off.
Oh yeah,
I'm not convinced that handler was going to be able to stop it.
No. Too close, wasn't it? It was literally in his lap.
It was terrifying.
But the one that got me, the one that I really liked, spoiler alerts, was the one with the big brave guy, the dad of the guy, the new Jackass guy that was there. He was like, I ain't scared of anything. I'm not scared of anything. So they put him in a fucking bubble with a tarantula coming towards his face, and he passed out in the fucking thing. Right there. was brilliant. That was really brilliant. But yeah, I mean, there's still a boyish part of me that's glad it's them, not me, that's hurting themselves. But they don't need to. For me, they're old. Let them be. You know. I tell you, I missed Bam. I know Bam's had some troubles, and he was nearly going to be in it, and he got written out because of his problems. But I kind of missed him being there. He's a big part of it for me.
But they didn't feel
they tried to make it work.
Trust him. That was
he wasn't able to stick to the plan.
And the fact that he then went and did that whole release all kind of shoot on them wasn't. Was probably justification for them not doing it in the first place. You know. But it was nice to see them.
Yeah, it's nice to see them. Completely unnecessary, not needed. It hasn't made me want to watch all the Jackasses or anything like that. But yeah, it's fair enough. Make another Jackass. Do what you want. You know.
Yeah.
I couldn't be friends with them.
No,
because I just don't. I want to be able to go and take a poo. Go and have a poo, knowing that I'm going to go and have a poo, and nobody's going to disturb me or hit me in the face with a bag of flour or anything like that. I just
or like me simply because I'm the one who doesn't mind sticking a firework up my arsehole. That's a really weird reason. I like this guy.
Hang on, have you started doing that now?
I do like
it right now.
Oh, that's all right. We want to check this. If you didn't do that anymore, we'd be out of here.
Off the show. That's it.
Yeah. That's the only reason you guys are mates, because I'm a crazy one. Yeah. Remember that time I ate a skip? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Knife and fork, plastic knife and fork.
And
an entire metal skip.
Of skips. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Fair enough. I did feel like some of them were just like, oh, fuck. All right, then. Fuck it.
Payday. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Cool, yeah. No, it was just nice. I think the only other film that I need to watch now that I really wanted to watch is Morbius when that comes out to stream.
I'm not.
I'll give that a go. I don't really believe the write-ups. I think that Venom, despite its shit write-ups, was still worth watching. There was still something.
I agree. I really enjoyed Venom. I really enjoyed it.
I thought was better, actually. But yeah, these Sony ones, they really need that whatever magic Marvel are pulling out their ass at the minute. They need to give this shit back to Marvel where it belongs and just let them do what they're doing. Because even if we don't like it, it's still selling so well.
Is there a time that they have the rights, the license to it? Is there a time limit on it, or is it just
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I know it's got closer to getting back to Marvel because you've now got things like the Fantastic Four rumors and the X-Men rumors. So that's why it's exciting that if
X-Men's owned by Fox, so Disney own that now. So
yeah, exactly. So it's starting to come.
It's only Sony in it. It's only Sony and the SpiderMan stuff that they can't do it without agreeing to it with them.
I mean, that was such a coup for Sony, but they've had it for such a long time. They've had Spider-Man for such a long time. You wonder how long.
But they gave it back to Marvel, didn't they? They allowed the MCU crossover thing to happen. So they are starting to do it. I don't know, man. It's weird because, I mean, for me, I've still got a bit of a bee in my bonnet about the Fantastic Four movie that came out. The last one by Josh Trank, the director. Because I heard this interview with him and he said, I made a fucking awesome Fantastic Four movie. The problem was when the studio took it off me and cut an hour and a half out of it because they didn't like what I was doing. So he's convinced that he did a really good job. And when you watch the cut version, for me, I didn't think it was that bad. I honestly didn't. I thought the dialogue was all right. I thought some of the ideas were a bit strange, but it didn't. What I missed was that extra hour and a half this guy had put in. I missed seeing what he wanted to do with it. It felt weird. It felt like the editing was the problem, not the filming of it.
I just remembered there was a new Jurassic World trailer, wasn't there? Have you seen it?
This is another thing I can't work out. I saw one like a month ago, 2 months ago. Is this a new one? So how come some films get 14 trailers and other ones are not getting
Yeah, this
anything
is like
until
it's a new one. It was, I think, dropped the other day. So
I mean, I've lost track with the Doctor
Yeah,
Strange
me-
trailers. I'm to
Yeah,
the films I've seen. I'm just
yeah,
wait
not gonna
for
bother.
that.
Yeah, same
I see
with
so many
Jurassic Park.
variations of the same few scenes that I'm
Exactly.
not really sure. And then you've got the IMAX releases as well, which are slightly different. And it's
And then
just
you've got these people on YouTube whose job it is to dissect a trailer and tell you what's going to
Break it
happen,
down.
and they're
Yeah.
so fucking good at it.
yeah,
They're right most of the
and they
time.
do it so quickly as well.
Yeah. So
Like,
the studio
the trailer's
keeps
out, and
thinking,
an hour later, they've got a 20-minute
yeah, it's crazy.
dissection of
Yeah.
Sony have the rights to Spider-Man for as long as they continue making at least one Spider-Man film for every 5 consecutive years.
Wow.
And or until Disney agreed to pay the $10 billion that Sony asked for it, or until somebody buys Sony, which kind of feels like it might be the cheaper option.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as long as they release one every 5 years,
$10 billion.
but that
How much was Lucasfilm? Was that 4 billion? I don't know.
Yeah, 4 billion, wasn't it? Because I had a go at Joe. I was like, you greedy fucking billionaire bastard selling your company for 4 billion, you greedy prick. And then I learned that he gave like 3.4 billion of it to charity. And I was like, oh, all right, I'll shut up then. I mean, it was his own charity, so you know, there is that. It was George Lucas's charities that he helped, but
I watched
still.
a really interesting documentary about Alan Ladd Jr. the other day. Don't know if you know who
Who's
that
that?
is.
I know the name.
The exec from the 20th Century Fox basically was responsible for Star Wars being made, and loads of other films that wouldn't have got a chance. Really good documentary.
I watched a review the other day from the BBC from when Star Wars first came out.
Oh yeah, it's been floating about. Loads of people have been sharing that.
It was
Barry
quite
Norman
interesting.
Barry Norman.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
I went there.
Yeah.
You know where you go down the YouTube rabbit hole. Then, do you? I started watching a load of them from different films. There was some fascinating Back to the Future and stuff like that. Some really good ones.
I just wanted to see how it was, how they reviewed then compared to.
That's a great rabbit hole to go down. I can't believe I never thought of that. That's cool.
Well, he's quite fair. Barry Norman seemed quite fair on the films as well. You know, he
was good. He was always good. I thought he was always pretty good at what he did.
I think Mark Commode's a really good replacement. He's a really good reviewer.
Yeah, he can be. Yeah,
he can. Yeah, some of his I've totally disagree with, but you know.
Oh really?
Yeah, but you know, still
well,
interesting.
What critics are for, aren't it?
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
You don't want to agree with everything a critic fucking
I mean,
says.
I'm kind of technically biased. He did pick a film that I was in as being the best at the festival that we were entered into. So, yeah, I kind of.
Yeah, like we say, he don't know everything, does he?
He doesn't know everything, no, exactly. No kind of taste.
I mean, Barry Norman's replacement was an interesting one. Didn't they replace him with fucking Jonathan Ross at first, and then bloody Claudia Winkleman? Like,
yeah,
was it? Oh my god, it was, wasn't it?
Pretty sure I don't give a shit what Claudia Winkleman thinks of anything.
She can't see the screen because of a fringe.
Yeah.
This film seemed a bit odd because I couldn't see
all
the
the
bottom
reviews were the same, weren't they? All the reviews are the same. This film has too much hair in it for my liking. Fucking move your hair out your eyes.
Yeah, it's too dark.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, so we were going to have a chat about the career of Bruce Willis this week, and
Brucey boy.
I mean, and obviously it's just the news that he's got this illness. So I guess we can't be as mean about him as we normally would have been.
Literally a couple of days ago, just watched Kevin Smith talking about this.
So
the 5-minute video popped up of Kevin Smith.
Yeah, the one from ages ago.
No, it's from right now, from last week.
Really?
He did a Comic Con.
Where he was saying things like, "Oh, made me think maybe that's what the problem was when we did Cop Out." I don't know, like So, but yeah, it was really nice to see, because his whole conclusion is that no matter what happened on Cop Out, he really doesn't wish him any ill, and he remembers the fact that the reason he was in Cop Out is because he fucking loved him. He loved John McClane. He loved Bruce Willis. Before he met him, before he worked with him, he remembered the star that was there. So it was really honest and really frank.
It was
as Kevin
good.
Smith
It was
usually
good.
is. It was pretty.
I'll give that a watch after this tonight.
6 minutes. I tell you what else I saw, and this is nothing to do with it. You've got to try and find this. Bob Odenkirk got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame last week.
All right.
And David Cross, who is Tobias Funke from Arrested Development, among other things, is Bob Odenkirk's long-standing comedy writing partner. In the early 90s, they had a show called Mr. Show, which was like underground. It was a comedy show for people that fucking looked for it, you know what I mean? And it was a bit out there and a bit sketchy. Anyway, David Cross does a speech for Bob Odenkirk, getting the star on. It was one of the funniest fucking speeches I've ever seen. I don't want to say anything else about it. It was so weird and wonderful. It's about 6 minutes long, and he's fucking hilarious. And Bob Odenkirk stood there right next to him, sort of nodding along and looking at him like, "What? Like that never happened."
Have you been watching?
Brilliant.
I'll watch that after. I think he's great. Have you watched Better Call Saul? Have you been watching that?
Oh,
I haven't started watching it yet.
I'm waiting.
I couldn't wait. I've watched. I think 3 episodes are out there. But stupid thing was, I watched Ozark as well, and you can watch all that. But I'm 2 episodes off the end of it because I watched Better Call Saul first. So out of time, I'm like, why didn't I watch Ozark?
Absolutely. I mean, I love Ozark. It took me and my missus. We've had a rough couple of months. It took us ages to get back into it, but we're about to hit the last episode of the first part of season 4. Ready to watch the whole bunch of the season 4 while we're in Turkey. So I can't wait. And then Better Call Saul. I'm just going to wait a couple of weeks till there's 4 or 5 till we're near the end. And that's mainly because I'm annoyed to fuck that somebody ruined it for me. I not ruined it, but pointed out something really fucking obvious, which is gonna happen, which I don't want to happen.
Okay, don't.
You know what I'm talking about. It's what it's been leading up to. This show.
I don't say anything. Please don't say anything. Yeah, no, I know. But let's not talk about it.
It can't end without them doing what I don't want them to do.
No, yeah.
So I guess at this point, admitting it to myself that that's going to happen, if they find a plausible way of doing it, maybe I'll be happy. But I don't like that linking shit. I don't like it. And I don't want them to shoot.
Maybe it'll get to end and it'll be a multiverse like.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing. I mean, obviously, I don't want to spoil anything from Moon Knight for me, and this won't spoil it. But there were references to the multiverse, obviously, with the whole Egyptian gods and things like that.
I need to watch it before Thursday, basically.
And no, it doesn't directly link to the multiverse of madness, but what it.
There's a comment from earlier on which you flashed up. There's heavily rumoured that episode 6 directly links to Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Okay. Okay.
And I think that could be because of Kang.
Who was it who told me as well? Somebody said you've got to watch all the bloody... what's that animated series called? The What Ifs?
You don't have to. They're good, though.
But apparently, no. They're leading to Doctor Strange as well.
Yeah,
because they are alternate universes. Yeah.
There's an episode where it's all about Doctor Strange, and it's instead have you seen
the zombie one, right?
No, that's a different one.
There's the one where he takes a different path in it, and it's
yeah. Instead of him being hurt in the crash, it's his wife or his girlfriend that gets hurt, or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
But yeah, it goes into the multiverse, and he ends up trying to find all these different ways of saving her.
Keeps replaying it, doesn't he?
Fucking great. Yeah, it was really, really good. The zombie one, Rich, was brilliant. That was
there's going to be references to that in the Multiverse of Madness.
I didn't realise we got a comment from here. Martin, what's this? Did I tell you about being at work and a crazy woman walking a sheep on a very crowded street? She waved at me. I waved back, confused. Turned out to be Dame Judi Dench. What?
Brilliant. Somebody was walking Dame Judi Dench up the street. That's crazy.
No, sheep.
She was dressed as a sheep as well.
She was dressed as a sheep.
Dame Judi Dench.
Yeah, okay.
Martin, you need to explain that if you're still watching.
Yeah, is she a well-known sheep owner? Was she researching some fucking role? I don't know.
Maybe she takes the sheep down Stratford. That's from early when he was about that.
Bless him. If he ever comes to the UK, he's getting fucking lost straight away. He'll be that American guy in Train Spotting that goes into the wrong pub and gets fucking mugged in the toilets.
got to look after him if he comes to England because
No, fuck it, he's on his own. Look, listen, if he survived the streets of New York, maybe he's handier than we think he is.
Yeah,
well, he's a man of mystery, so it wouldn't surprise me if he knew how to, hotwire a car and murder somebody with a bloody, fork or something. I don't know.
Yeah, get rid of the evidence.
Yeah,
and all that. Yeah,
that's preschool training in America.
But with me, I'll give you a little bit of mystery. I'll indulge your mystery for a bit. But if you just continue to be mysterious, then you can fuck off. I'm going to stop asking. Give me a straight answer, Gary. Give me a straight goddamn answer.
He's working at a piano shop now. Probably not even at a piano shop there. But it looked too.
I think it was a different room in his apartment.
Yeah.
Dude, if he's working at the Steinway shop, there is no way he doesn't have to wear a tie for work. It's the fucking Steinway. They're like the Rolls Royce of pianos, dude.
Right.
So, yeah.
Wouldn't they have like them keys on the tie?
Oh, that'd be amazing. You only got piano key tie.
That's why I thought his story didn't add up. I'm not sure about it.
Because you've invented what their uniform is in your head.
Basically, I invented a better story in my mind, and when he didn't hit the parameters of that, I just decided it was lying.
Cast you off as a liar.
Anyway, Bruce
right,
Willis.
let's get through all these 40 fucking Bruce Willis pictures that Lummy's got in the.
Oh my God, has he gone fucking crazy? But is this a test?
Can we speed?
We're going to speed through it, of course we are. So, did you ever see Moonlighting?
Liked it. I liked it because it came on Sky TV. Sky TV when that first came out, and Sky One. It had loads of things that were slightly older, that had been released a few years before. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I used to watch it.
Sorry, just before we do carry on. Yeah.
James Judy and Kenneth Branagh were given freedom of Stratford, which includes able to walk sheep through town, which is why Cheryl went there. Kenneth was up the street with his own sheep. That's
brilliant.
Okay.
It's his birthday.
More in town. Brilliant.
So basically, they've been given the freedom of Stratford, and they've looked at the list of things they're allowed to do.
What can we do? That's what we're going to do.
I'll do that. That's first thing off the list. What's next?
What else can I do? Yeah.
Well, isn't it is it York where you can kill a Scottish person with a crossbow or something?
That's not. No, it's a Welshman. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not true. It's not true. It's the.
I wish you'd have told me that yesterday.
If you're a pregnant woman and you're more than a mile from the nearest public toilet, then you can legally. A policeman legally has to allow you to pee in his helmet, apparently.
But they don't have those kind of helmets anymore. They don't make any sense.
So
that's true.
That's true. Right, so Moonlight, we've done that.
To piss in the pocket.
Now, this came up while I was going on IMDb to pull these images. I've never seen this ever. Now, I knew he'd done an album called Return of Bruno, but I didn't know it was from an actual...
Kevin Smith's always on about Return of Bruno.
Yeah,
maybe we need to watch this. Maybe we need to watch this and see what it's like at some point if we can find it.
It says it's hilarious on the front.
A hilarious comedic rock fantasy.
It gives hope to every... Yeah, go on, Louis.
Gives hope to every kid with a broom handle for a mic and a full-length mirror in his bedroom.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, okay.
Well, clearly we're going to have to find that. That could be the tapping of Bruce Willis's career.
Tapping.
Oh, my God.
So then we've got Blind Date, which I always thought was a movie based on Moonlighting for some reason. Because I think it's like a similar idea, is it? I don't bloody know. But then I realised it's got Kim Basinger in it and not Sybil Shepherd. So as a kid, I always thought it was the same thing. I don't know. I'm an idiot.
I think I saw that as a kid.
Webb, have you seen it?
I've seen the video cover. I can't really tell you much. I remember seeing it in the shops, but yeah, I mean, I've never. It's going to sound really bad, but I think Kim Basinger is a fucking terrible actress. Always have done. It's a perfect example of somebody who's a model just getting roles by being pretty. In my book.
What about Stepmother is an Alien? She was right in that, wasn't she?
No.
I mean, that film was. Go on.
Next, we've got it. Here's a classic one. Die Hard. Come on.
Never seen it.
It's a Christmas film, Rich. You need to watch it. At Christmas.
Yeah,
What
you
do you
know
need to
what?
know?
At Christmas.
Yeah.
No, Die Hard's a brilliant film. John McClane's an awesome character.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We'll talk
Yeah,
about
it's,
the. We'll talk
And I
about
love
this.
the way that he managed to play him in every other film that he's been in since.
I liked, okay, so you've got like a perfect example of somebody jumping from comedy to action here and then sticking with action and, being able to do a bit of both for a while. He had these
Jumping from
golden
TV
years,
to Hollywood as well.
Oh, they didn't want him in it, did they? They were like, no, this guy can't do action roles. Who the fuck is he? He's a comedian off TV.
He's a television actor, yeah. That was the
They
thing.
really didn't want him in. And the book it's based on, the guy's ancient, isn't he? In the book, he's really old. The cop, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and does he at the ending? Does he die? I seem to remember, or his wife dies or something in the book.
Just reach behind you and pull the book off your shelf and read it.
I've got this one. This one I ain't got.
You haven't got the novelisation of Die Hard, you fucking amateur.
Well, it was a book before this one. It was called,
All right.
I
know. I seem to recall it's by quite a famous author as well. Its name eludes me right now. Elmore Leonard or something like
John
that.
McClane.
John McClane. But yeah, I love Die Hard. Love it. It's a great film, not just for Bruce Willis, man.
Rickman.
Great performances all around in it.
Rickman.
Rickman, the German henchmen, they're great.
Yep.
Yeah,
They're all
some of
good.
them. are really
Roderick
evil.
Thorpe.
Look, really evil, some of these Germans, don't they, in it?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Roderick Thorpe.
Roderick Thorpe. And
I
is
love
the
his- I love his
name
work.
of the book is, because it's not Die Hard, it's
Is it Nothing Lasts Forever?
yes.
Nothing Lasts Forever, yeah. So it's very Bondy, doesn't it? It's
Mm.
Also, there was
Brilliant
one
one.
game that's was a similar
Oh,
name to that. I don't know.
Um,
It was a game, Nothing Lasts, something like that.
it's a Bond game.
Yeah, no, that was Everything or Nothing.
Oh, all right, that's what
I
I
thought there
was
was one
thinking of.
called that. Anyway,
in fact, I'm going to put while we're talking. I'm going to pull up the image to the
All right.
book. It's quite cool.
Return of Bruno was amazing. I have it on VHS somewhere. I had CD too. Did it come out on DVD? We need to know.
We've all got to see this shit now. I'm gonna.
Oh, it's
go and-
put a
Yeah,
link
we
up
have
to
got to
that.
go and see it.
That might be a
Put a
link.
link
to
up.
Return
Wow.
of Bruno might be there. We'll have a look at that later.
Sweet.
I can't
Let's just
copy
stop the
links
show and go
directly
watch
into the. How do you copy a link directly into the? You can't, can you? From that, I don't know how
I
to get
don't know,
there.
mate. Can you copy and paste from your chat?
No, we'll let you
Yeah.
do it.
Write it down manually, old-fashioned screenshot.
You'd have to. I think we'd have to go into Facebook and grab it off there. But anyway, we'll
Put it back up, Lummy, and I'll take a little screenshot of it so I can just lazily look at it later.
Well, it's there. If you want.
Where?
You got it. It's in the Facebook chat.
Yeah,
Anyway,
lovely.
So you'll be able to get that later. I'll have a look at
I want to
that.
watch it. I think I might watch that tonight.
Here you are,
Yeah.
Lummy.
Actually, it's more likely
It's
that I'll
the,
watch 5 minutes of it before I realise it's fucking terrible.
Watch first minute for surprise appearance as
Ooh.
well. Ooh.
Hans Gruber.
Venus.
Hans
Ooh.
Gruber comes out and singing "Send in the
Oh,
clowns."
that's action packed.
That's
Yeah.
the cover for the book.
Yeah.
Pretty
Author
cool
of
cover,
the
that.
Detective. Right. Very good. Bit of Die Hard. Everybody loves it. Nobody says it's bad. Look who's talking next.
Oh my crikey! Is that the next film he did?
Well, it's a selected filmography, else would have been here all night. So, I picked the ones I thought we'll all have seen these, not like,
Okay.
every.
There's still 40 images. So
Yeah, it's not like that,
it goes
You know.
shy.
Yeah. So what do you look who's talking? Comedy good?
Yeah,
You know
like,
what?
I like
The original's all right. The original's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. Then we
The
come
one with the breast. Yeah.
Yeah. Die Hard 2.
Not
Yeah.
a patch on the first one. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's
Brilliant.
watchable.
Yeah. Cool.
Watchable, but yeah, not quite as good.
Set at Christmas as well. Nobody ever mentions that, does they, when they're ranting about the first one. And a little fact for you, a little bit of a trivia. You see, it says Die Harder at the top. People thought that was the actual tagline of the film Die Hard 2, Die Harder, right? But it was just on the picture, it said that on the poster. And then later, in later releases, they actually changed it to the tagline because people thought it was that.
Ah.
There you go. What a pointless bit of information for you.
No, I
That
like
was an
that.
ill-timed yawn. That wasn't because of your boring facts.
No.
That was a
I
But
liked
it's
it.
pretty boring.
coincidental
it.
yawn.
I liked
It was a
it.
good. It was a good.
Well,
I
you
liked
won't
it.
be yawning with this little doozy.
Go on then. Wow, yeah. Mikey's back.
And it Roseanne Barr on it, yeah. As
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've just seen who the surprise appearance is.
Oh,
What you what?
Why?
Doing?
Why have you done that?
Bloody
So
patience.
what? No. So
No
you want me
spoilers.
to copy? You want me to copy the link, right?
Mm.
Oh,
No,
to
I've
send
got
to
it.
you guys so that you could watch it later.
hang on. Can we watch the
the?
first few minutes then on here and see what the surprise?
No, just fucking leave it alone.
I can quickly
we've got a show to
do that,
do.
Mummy. I can
Jesus
quickly.
So you want to
Christ,
watch
if
the
you guys
first
are gonna
few
do
minutes?
that, I'm gonna leave.
No, don't leave. All right, we'll watch it later. All right,
Right.
next film. Let's keep going.
Oh, my
Films.
bluff.
This is supposed to be the worst film ever made.
Yeah, I heard terrible things about this, and it's a shame because it's got a pretty fucking decent. It's supposed to be a brilliant book for a start, and look at that cast, man! Tom Hanks and Bruce Willis. What went wrong? Do you think, Lumb?
I don't know. I think they were too big for film because look how big they are on poster.
Yeah, that's it. That's the mistake they made. They made New York tiny.
Yeah, and they're like Godzilla size coming through city.
Look at the placement of the Empire State Building right over Hanks's cock area.
that's where it went wrong.
That's where it went wrong.
People went, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that clean Tom Hanks in that dirty movie.
Yeah. He wakes up and his dick's turned into the Empire State Building. And
then he's got 48 hours to get it changed back. There's still people inside it. It's been shrunk down.
Yeah, there's a
like,
guy
really
trying to jump off the top, and they're like, "No, don't jump!" And
I think we've just created a movie. That's an original idea.
Yeah,
get Hanks on the phone.
It's not geek to me.
Yeah. Next one, Hudson Hawk. You seen this?
Yeah, I've seen it once. I don't really remember it. Is he a burglar?
Yeah.
Is he a cat burglar?
Yeah, cat burglar. And they do the crimes are like to the timing of songs out there. You remember?
No.
So the singing, he's got his partner, and that Danny. What's he called?
Danny Trejo.
No, not
Danny
him.
DeVito.
Another Danny. But what they do, the time the crime to a song. So they sing it as they're committing the crime, so they know they'll be on the same time, but which won't work really because everybody sings at different paces, don't they? It's not like now. If they remade it now, you'd have some earphones, wouldn't you? You've had an iPod instead of singing it. Which they could have done it with Walkmans back then. Why the fuck didn't they do that?
Or when you're planning the crime, you go, like, this thing you got about doing it all to the tune. Like, can we just fucking drop that? It's going to be really hard.
Yeah.
Really hard. If I just fuck up one bit of it, I'm going to miss a beat of the song. It's going to throw off the whole rhythm of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they sing like swinging on a star and stuff, oh, well, you would be swinging on a star. Would you like to? All that business, as they're going along. Yeah.
Right, that's good.
These tapes don't come close to the real.
Is this shit?
Bruno. One day they'll have 3D hologram something. Anyway, you watch.
Oh, now we're gonna have some fun. Watch out!
What? Oh, Webb's gone. He said he would. Oh, he's gone, man. Oh, you upset him. Oh no.
It would be quite funny if actually he just was like, nah, seriously, I told you.
He has done. That's what he's done. He's gone.
Ruby doesn't mess about it. It would be amazing if he didn't come back.
He's not coming back.
Here he is. Here's
Oh, he's gone. He's going. He keeps going. Webb.
Sorry, Webby.
Oh, so
I
basically,
don't understand why you're such a piece of shit. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
He asked you not to do it.
It's all right. I won't watch it. You fucking ruined it. Thanks.
Oh.
Enjoy your return to Bruno. Enjoy return to Bruno, you fannies.
Hey, I had nothing to do with it. I'd have waited.
Yeah, you encouraged it.
No, I didn't. I was happy to watch it. I just wanted to know who it was. Anyway, let's keep going.
Really annoying.
That's like, I tell you what, that's as annoying as when somebody spoils the Oscar things before you watch it.
Yeah.
When I used to watch them, and people used to spoil the results, before you'd had a chance to watch it because you had to tape it overnight.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean, because we always get it really late, don't we? Yeah.
Okay.
And remember, back in the day, that's before YouTube, so we can't go on and watch this shit. You were like,
I gotta be honest. In this fucking 10 minutes since we started talking about Return to Bruno, I'd already forgotten I was planning on watching it after this, so I'm not really. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't think I can.
I've put the link in the.
Nah,
chat
it's lost all appeal now.
Yeah, it has now. So Hudson Hawk, we've done that. Richard E. Grant's in it, I think. Hudson Hawk.
Is it?
as the bad guy. Sure of it.
I love Richard.
Yeah.
He's a
Might be
really,
worth
really
another
awesome
watch,
dude.
Hudson Hawk, you know.
Maybe
There was
so,
a-
yeah.
I remember there was an Amiga game of it as well that was rock hard to
That's
finish.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Right, next one. Last
What
Boy
you got?
Scout. Have you seen this?
I love this film. It's a
Great
fucking great film. It's,
Yeah.
I think, better than Die Hard. I'm sorry, but it is. It's funny as fuck. It's Shane Black.
Last Boy
wrote the
Scout's a
script.
brilliant film.
Yeah, it's better. It's better.
Yeah.
There you are. There's
Personally
Richard E.
speaking.
Grant in Hudson Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been kicking around for a lot longer than you think, Richard E. Grant. hasn't it?
Yeah, right. And it's always
Something about
like
him.
kind of cool little quirky characters as well. He picks films quite well, I think.
It was in
Apart from
something I
Spice
saw
Girls, the
recently that
movie.
was quite
Spice World.
touching. A Melissa McCarthy
Spice World.
film. It's a straight up film. She plays a writer who can't write, and she's a drunk, and she makes friends. She's in New York City, and Richard E. Grant becomes her best friend, and the two pissheads
Oh,
are just
I've
mess
got it
about.
to watch and I haven't watched it. I can't remember
what
what
it's called.
Put it on watch
Sorry or
list.
something. Can you forgive me or something like that? Is it called?
Something like that. Doesn't she steal
like
his idea? It's based on a true story, isn't it? Or is
Yeah,
that a
it's
different film?
something. It's not his. No, I tell you what it is. It's she starts faking letters from writers.
Right.
She buys all these secondhand letters, and some of them are real. And she starts making up her own, and they're all from really famous people. She's taking them to all these bookshops in New York and selling them, but they rumble her because there's like no way anybody could have all these letters. Yeah, and he plays a bit of a drunk, and
Right.
they're good mates. It was all right. Yeah, it was all right.
Martin says they're doing a Last Boy Scout TV show.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't think we've seen enough Shane Black stuff. I really love his style. I love his writing.
Yeah.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and Last Boy Scout are great films.
I haven't seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh, you'd love it, Rich. It's a proper good American private eye, pulp fiction-y type novel.
Okay.
It's really good. And Robert Downey Jr. is on fire in it. He does the narration.
Okay, cool.
It's fucking brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
I love that film.
Next up, then, Death Becomes Her.
Oh yeah, forgot about this one. Yeah,
Yeah, a bit of an
Yeah,
odd
I've
one.
seen
This,
that,
a bit of
yeah.
an odd one. So they made the big hoo-ha about the CGI, didn't they? That when they brought this out, you know, Meryl Streep turning backwards and all that with spine twisted.
the hole in her chest and stuff.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a good story. Again, it's that Hollywood trope in it of two aging actresses who.
I found out
Yeah.
we did this on Prequel Sequel, and I did a bit of research. I found out that Tracy Ullman I think it was Tracy Ullman had a massive part in this, and it all got cut, all of it.
Really?
She's in the trailer. Yeah, I think it was Tracy
right.
Ullman. Yeah, really odd, but you know, Robert Zemeckis directed, so yeah, bit of strange.
Box office 149 million. And
Yeah,
it
it
was
was quite big,
made
yeah.
for 55 million, which was a
Right,
lot at the time as well. 1992,
Yeah.
it was released.
But like Lummy said, all that brand new CGI would have cost a fortune when they made it to get it looking.
We're not
screen-worthy.
really allowed to talk about it though because it's Universal. I mean, they're probably going to get a strike just for
putting the poster up,
showing the poster up. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a
No,
strike
no.
from Universal just by mentioning something that you like of theirs.
Speaking of strike, that leads us right into the next film. Are you ready for this? Striking Distance. Have you ever seen that?
Striking
Yes, I have. He
Distance.
plays like a coast guard, doesn't he?
It's River Police. I love
River
this
Police.
film. I think it's
Not
a
bad
great
at all.
film.
Yeah, it's
Great
all
film.
right.
And he's hunting the bad guy called the Big Bad Wolf,
Oh yeah.
and he
Big
plays that
Bad
song.
Wolf.
He plays the song like Big
Been
Bad
a
Who's
long
afraid
time
of the Big
since-
Bad Wolf?
I think I saw this when it actually came out.
Sarah Jessica
1993. Yeah.
Parker. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a good film.
Took
Okay.
77 million at the box office, but it
Jesus.
doesn't give the budget for it.
Oh, probably 73. Yeah, it probably didn't. No, it didn't do very well then, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, the
No,
the
striking
Polish
distance.
Hill Strangler.
Yeah, but that doesn't really matter because I think that's the point in it. That striking distance, we like it because we like it. It is a terrible action movie, probably. It's probably a little bit funny. I like Bird on a Wire with Goldie Hawn and Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
That's one of my guilty secret fucking
Yeah.
that perfect type of rom-com action, totally stupid. But yeah, I like it. I like Jewel in the Nile, even though it's terrible. You know, there's just films that you like, even though
Bird
they
on
are
a Wire.
bit
Weird
crap.
thing about Bird on a Wire, and I'm full of facts and shite, but Bird on a Wire, the end credits go down the other way.
Ah, yeah.
They
Yeah.
go down instead of, it's odd. But yeah.
Ah, that's weird, yeah.
Don't know why. Just remember that. Next one, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction. I mean, yeah, we did a big chat about this when we did our...
yeah.
It gave him a huge slice of cred, this, didn't it? Massive.
Absolutely revitalized his career. And
well, it wasn't
so
actually. I mean, I say it wasn't in the toilet at the minute, but the Look Who's Talking movies, they got slated by fans of movies because they were family friendly. The second one was shit. The third one was shit, but the first one's all right. You know what I mean? So they made that decision to do a few big name movies, get some money, and I think he suffered for it. So yeah, Tarantino did him a massive favor. Yeah.
And financially, I mean, this film was such a success. I mean, it was
It
made
still
for,
is, isn't it? There's certain films.
well, made for 8 million, and then it took 213.9 million in the box office.
That's good.
Yeah.
You think 1994 when that film came
fuck
out.
me. I mean,
So
to make a
much
movie
money.
like this, I don't think you could make an advert like this for 8 million now.
It's nearly 30 years ago.
It's crazy.
28
I
years ago,
absolutely love Pulp Fiction, and it's one of
Brilliant.
those films that I
Brilliant.
can enjoy still, and it hasn't dated.
No.
There's something
But same with
special
Reservoir
about
Dogs, though. When we did that Tarantino week, God, so many films I hadn't seen in 10 years. And it was brilliant. And some films that I just hadn't seen before, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and things like that. Really loved it.
Yeah, that's weirdly enough, I saw a deleted scene from that today.
Oh.
It popped up on my Facebook feed, and it was not Bruce Willis, that's this guy. Brad Pitt's on top of the house and he's mending that roof.
Yeah.
And Charles Manson's in the street. And this was cut from the movie, but Charles Manson turns around and he sees Brad Pitt on the roof and he waves at him. And Brad Pitt doesn't even acknowledge him and just looks straight at him. And Charles Manson just goes crazy, starts going, blah, 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 and then he goes, fuck you, man. And he drives off, and it was really weird. And then Brad Pitt just goes, what the fuck was that all about? It was really good.
Such a great character, Brad Pitt.
Really in keeping with that Cliff character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, next up, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Die Hard 3.
I like this one.
Yeah,
I like this one.
Really love this film.
And again, this wasn't going to be a Die Hard script. It was something else. I think it was called Simon Says.
Yeah, and then that got
Yes,
changed
it was.
into the
It
film
was.
with Dennis
Yeah.
Rodman, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that became Simon Says with an SEZ. It was a Dennis Rodman film.
Yeah. But Sam Jackson and him in this, I think, a great pairing.
Oh,
really.
that bit when he makes him wear the sandwich board walking down the street. It's
brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Absolutely brilliant. And you couldn't think of a better actor to play. It is Sam Jackson's just an inspired choice in that film. And who'd have thought that they were the buddy cop?
Yeah,
do you reckon? I mean, that's
that you'd want to.
Well, that's after Pulp Fiction, isn't it, as well? So they must have,
it's the year after.
Yeah, but buying into that premise that Hans Gruber has got a bad guy brother that's just as fucking evil.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
just
Jeff
total action movie terror. You just accept it.
Brilliant.
You're like, yeah, well,
Brilliant.
of course he'd have an evil brother.
Yeah. Brilliant.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's great.
So it cost 90 million and it took 366.1 million at the box office.
Yeah, I went to pictures to see this one.
Yeah.
Did you? I did.
Yeah, I did.
Next up, then.
I used to see everything pretty much.
Yeah.
The computer game for this part, the trilogy computer game was great, but this was my favourite part in it.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. It was 3 chapters and this was brilliant.
Cool.
Driving around Central Park.
Right then, next one, 12 Monkeys.
Yeah. Again,
Monkeys.
big name director. He's moved up into Tarantino and Terry Gilliam, and you know what I mean, like proper directors here. Not
I've got
just.
to say, I've not seen this for ages.
I wonder if it's aged. I wonder if it's aged well or not.
I've seen it once. I think I've only seen it once ever.
It's another Universal one. So I was actually surprised that the budget was relatively low for a film that has so many effects and like lots of costume and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was 29.5 million, and it took 168.8 million at the box office.
Cool. Right, next one. Don't know about this.
Him, is it? There's you got Brad Pitt and a couple of other people in that movie that sort of had a bit more.
Yeah.
It's Brad Pitt in very much that phase of him doing like all the crazy shit he wants to do. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the next one?
Last Man Standing.
This is good. This is good from what I remember.
Yeah, I seem to remember it being good as well.
I can't remember much about it. I'm getting it mixed up with Copland for some reason. It's a totally different film. But yeah, I seem to remember it being really good.
There are two sides to every war, and John Smith is on both of them.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I seem to remember it. We had it at the cinema and it was good, but I can't remember what happened.
It cost 67 million, and do you know what the box office take was? 47 million. It had 302,885 admissions.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, the next one then after that, let's have a look. Fifth Element.
Element.
Yeah.
I remember this being great. I saw it at cinema.
Everybody loves this movie, but I never took to it that well. A couple of things that really annoyed me about it.
When we had it at the cinema, I mean, I don't know if you guys were working there at the time when this were. You would, Webb, wouldn't you? I would think.
I don't think so. I think it was just.
I remember it being when we got it in. It was like it felt like a bit of an event movie. I don't know why. You know, when people go in and they're just saying good things about it all the time. It felt like one of them where it couldn't do any wrong, really. And I remember it being absolutely rammed all the time. I don't know how well it did, but it was one of them.
It did all right, that one. People still talk about it now.
Yeah. I think visually, you know, it was good. It was just different, wasn't it? You know, all the very stylized and kind of, you know, the futuristic, but it was kind of a gritty futuristic, kind of a shitty futuristic, wasn't it? You know, the overpacked streets and all. A bit different to Blade Runner, not like dimly lit. It was still all bright and everything, but it was just a bit of a it was interesting, and all the gadgets
a bit with the
work.
Star Wars lady, thing that looked like a Star Wars lady doing opera.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was on stage at the Royal Opera House. That was
right.
That's
first film that Lee Evans was in as well.
Oh God, I forgot he was in that.
Yeah. Little cameo.
So the budget for this was 90 million, and it took 263.9 million at the box office.
Not too shabby. Gary Oldman's pretty good in it as well. I remember.
Yeah, he's in his again. There's a lot of actors around this period that are in the very zany phase, aren't they?
Yeah.
You're right. There was that mid-90s kind of phase though, where that was happening with music and TV, and it was I mean, like the 90s were our 60s really, or 70s, weren't they? It was kind of where everyone seemed a lot happier and freer, and you know,
it was the last age of that. That innocence,
carefree, but creatively there was a load of stuff came out in the 90s as well. I forgot Chris Tucker was in it as well.
Ruby Raj.
Bruce Willis was in it.
Next one then we've got Mercury Rising.
I never saw this one.
No, I haven't seen it either.
This is a great film. I really like this. It's a good film. So it's about this lad who's got, you know, autistic lad, and he basically goes to, there's a big setup. I don't want to spoil it. You should watch it. It's a good film. And he kind of takes him under his wing to protect him. It's good. I think who's the bad guy in it? I think Alec Baldwin.
Is that the kid from Home
Alec
Improvement?
Baldwin,
no, it's
looks
not.
Like the kid from Home Improvements. One of the kids from Home Improvement.
It's not.
All right.
No, I don't know. But I'd recommend that film if you've not seen it. It's a good action.
It took 93 million with a budget of 60.
Yeah. Next one then, the big box office Armageddon.
Right, what do you guys think of this film?
I love the quote. I love the quote from Ben Affleck when he says he went up to Michael Bay one day and he was like, "You know, this movie, you know, this like could never happen. It's totally scientific bullshit." And Michael Bay told her, "Go fuck off."
Oh, he said, "Wouldn't it be easier for astronauts to learn how to drill than the other way around?" That's what he said.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's a complete popcorn movie, in it, you know, one of these.
Totally and the sacrifice bit at the end, spoiler alert, is absolutely awful.
I mean, is this one of the? This must be one of the original like big budget
bullshit.
Blockbuster. This ain't
Big
gonna
What
happen.
do you reckon the budget was for this film?
Probably
Huge.
200 mil. No, that's crazy.
No.
When did it come out?
It came out in 98.
Wow, good guess.
So right, 80 million budget.
110.
More.
More
100.
than 110. Yeah, I think it was real. I remember it being famously expensive.
140 million.
Yeah.
How much did it do though? I bet it did well.
It did do really well. It
Like
took
a fucking Aerosmith song.
553.7 million.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
553.7 million.
I just remember the cinema being packed all the time.
All the time.
It was the highest grossing film in 1998.
Can you look up? Can you look up what Independence Day did? I'd love to know because that was sold out all the time as well. Similar idea in it, budget and that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. America saves the world.
Hmm.
Isn't it funny how they tried to repeat history by doing a second one 20 years later and nobody gave a shit?
Yeah. I've not seen it. I've not seen the second one.
No, I haven't either.
It's
So
awful.
Independence Day was released 2 years before.
All right. Okay.
Which surprises me. Wowzers. Okay. So how much do you reckon Independence Day was made for?
More than that, then. 160 million. Go on.
Webby?
No, about the same, I'd say. I think probably more than Armageddon.
It was made for half the price of Armageddon, 75 million. So just over half the price. And how much do you think it took at the box office?
How much did Thingy do? 500 million.
573 million Armageddon took.
I'm guessing really similar.
I'll go 600 then. Go on.
Close. 817.4 million.
Oh my God.
For a film that would cost half the amount to make.
Jesus Christ, that's a hell of a lot of money. I know it was massively
For a film that
busy.
In retrospect, we should all be kind of embarrassed for enjoying when it came out because it's so preposterous. Isn't there a bit where he literally plugs a fucking computer into a alien spaceship?
It's a USB, isn't it? Or something like
that.
In there,
And it works. It recognizes the device. Yeah, no problem. No update needed or all, you know. You should have had the alien equivalent of the Windows thing, like
little
around,
buffering.
Like an alien head.
Or a little paper clip comes out and goes, "Oh, you're trying to open a USB device." I can help you with that.
I mean, the world must be full of people who work in industries such as astronauts and shit, looking at films like that, going, "What?" I mean, it must be happening all the time. You know, when people get in a helicopter in a movie, and a guy says to him, "You could fly one of these," and he goes, "Well, kind of. I've tried to fly one once," and the next thing they're flying through the air in the helicopter.
Yeah. I
You
can
know
fly,
what I mean?
but I can't land.
And all the helicopter pilots are always like, "What? It takes fucking 20 years to learn all that shit." Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, I mean, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Loved his lines in it still.
Who's his dad? He's got a really sweet old Jewish dad, hasn't he? And
It's Thingy.
what's he called? Him from MASH.
Taxi.
Taxi.
Are we on about in Armageddon or Independence Day?
Independence
Judd
Day.
Hershey.
That's it, Judd Hirsch.
Yes.
Hershey or Hirsch, I don't know.
Judd Hirsch.
Don't know. And it's got what's his name?
Randy Quaid.
Yeah, but who's the guy who plays? He's in Mrs. Doubtfire with a
voice
voice like that.
Oh
Smith,
yeah,
Bill Pullman, Jeff Goldblum, Mary
Bill
McDonald,
Pullman,
Judd Hirsch.
fucking president.
And it's got Will Smith in the days where the signs were there for the slap.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah.
Punch your fucking
Yeah.
alien. I'll punch that alien's ass.
Yeah. Take your alien name out of my wife's mouth.
Take Earth's name out of your motherfucking mouth.
Take your spaceship out of my wife's mouth.
If you actually If you actually rewind it and watch it in slow motion, you see he don't actually punch it; he slaps it.
yeah.
He changed his mind at the last minute. Yeah.
And there's a fake hand. There's a fake thumb on there, and a fake
The
cheek on
alien's
the
got
alien.
a cheek pad on. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah.
Oh dear. I mean, that's a conspiracy on a conspiracy, isn't it? Because aliens, bloody hell. Right, next film then. We've got, went a bit sidetracked then. They're still on the Bruce Willis. Sixth Sense next.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Again, just when you think Bruce Willis is being pigeonholed into this fucking action star, comedy doylem, he pulls little movies out of this, out like this, and you're like, oh, okay.
I really enjoyed this when I saw it.
Yeah, me too.
I guess
Me
they were
too.
dead, though.
I didn't. I'm not going to lie. I'd love to say I did, but I don't think I did. I wasn't looking for it. You know what I mean?
Just from a filmmaking point of view, the start where he gets shot, and then the film kind of fades out while he's clutching the side, and I kind of thought he's dead. Straight away, it was.
Is this the only good film that M. Night Shyamalan has?
No. Because we've got one on the list, which we might as well do now.
Oh, Unbreakable! Forgot about that. Just going back to Sixth Sense very quickly, though. So, what do you think the budget was on that film?
Oh yeah.
So it was 1999.
I reckon it was quite low.
Big. Oh dear, I would have said it was quite big.
Because I think did he do any other films before this?
I think this was his first film, and it was.
I reckon he would have got a big budget for this, and that's why
particularly noticeable because he chose to do something totally different, and it actually scared people. A couple of bits, that bit where the girl appears under the tablecloth with the shit dripping out of her mouth. That's real creepy as fuck.
Yeah, and even the bits where he looks at one point and there's all them kids hanging in the school, isn't there? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a good film. Just a freaky shit where the mother goes upstairs, and banging on the door, isn't there? Do you remember? Things like that. Very good. Very well done.
So it cost. The budget was $40 million.
I bet it took a lot, though. I bet it took 300 easy.
I would have thought so. Yeah, it was.
Easily.
Big hit.
And double that, and add a bit more. $672.8 million.
I remember this being busy when we had it at cinema as well. It was,
I remember the first time saw it. It was in the film festival, and nobody knew anything about it, and the screen was fucking full. And I stood at the back of the screen and watched the movie, but I'm also watching 1,000 people all jump out the seats at the same time. Really, really awesome. Yeah,
it was cool. Yeah. Martin just put that.
Take your alien probe out of my wife's ass.
Oh my god.
Oh,
and just quickly from Martin as well. Did Shyamalan do Village? It was after, wasn't it?
I was
after.
Yeah. That's one of those for me that wasn't that bad actually. Twist was all right in that one.
Right. Next.
I've never seen this.
I just threw this in because Pfeiffer's in it.
Can marriage survive 15 years of marriage?
Rob Reiner. Oh.
Okay.
Rob Reiner.
Fair
we
enough.
don't need to say all about that, do we? Just
Do you want to know what the budget was?
I like to pop a Pfeiffer in.
Shit. Okay, well, it was made the same year as The Sixth Sense.
Right.
Sixth Sense was made for 40 million.
Yeah.
This was made for 50 million.
What?
Sixth Sense. I know. Sixth Sense took 672 million. This took 58.9 million.
Oh my god.
Wowzers.
I mean,
Jeez.
why does it cost
It must be so hard.
for that?
Man, it must be so hard being a Hollywood studio executive trying to figure out the algorithm of what success is. We've got Bruce Willis. He's got 2 movies coming out this year. One of them only cost 40 million. The other one was only 50 million. Surely we're onto a winner here.
Eric Clapton did some of the soundtrack to it as well.
Do you reckon? Right. So the money for this, then you've got when you look at this, you've got 2 A-list stars in that.
It's mostly gone to them, hasn't
Mostly,
it?
yeah, of course.
Whereas
Yeah.
Sixth Sense,
And Eric Clapton as well.
And fucking Rob Reiner, who's probably commanded quite a fee for directing.
You've got first-time director with Sixth Sense. You've got Bruce Willis is the only major. I can't remember who else in it. You've got what's her face in it? Brilliant actress.
Sixth Sense.
Toni Collette.
Yeah, but she'd hardly done it. I don't think at this
No,
time.
Olivia Williams and
fucking,
Haley Joel Osment.
She's just done bloody Muriel's wedding, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Nobody even knew she was a fucking actress. They thought she was a comedian because of that.
They might have paid Willis how much? 10 million more.
Yeah.
I wonder if it says actually what his fee was.
But I think he's one of those guys that will take a chance on a project by an unknown director based on reading a script that he finds interesting at this point in his career. Yeah. So the Story of Us was the one that was supposed to guarantee him bank.
Yeah.
The M. Night Shyamalan movie was supposed to be a risk. And turned out that one was the one that paid off. And what's wrong with that, Michelle? It's probably an absolutely fine romantic comedy, that movie. But what's wrong with it is the title. That's deliberate. It looks like a Hollywood executive has named that movie on the basis that it would appeal to women. And it's an absolute garbage sort of. Do you know what I mean? With the right title, that probably could have done a lot better.
Bruce and Michelle could have called
Die Hard 5.
He got paid 14 million as his base salary for The Sixth Sense. When he gets that's a third of the film. That's more than a third of the film's budget.
That's crazy.
And then he got paid, and on top of that, he got paid 17.5% of the film's profits.
Oh wow!
Holy cow! That's huge.
That is huge. Right, next one. Here we go. Whole 9 Yards.
I don't hate this.
They made a sequel as well, didn't they?
I hate that. The sequel's shit, but this one was all right.
I think I've seen the Whole 9 Yards.
This was on. This was basically analysed that again, wasn't it? That whole normal guy meets a mobster.
Right. Yeah.
Moves into the small town, and
Yeah.
a bit like that Steve Martin film that My Blue Heaven.
Oh God. Yeah. Rick Moranis and yeah.
So I guess there's not much to say about that. They made a sequel, so the first one must have done all right. The one
106 million it took with a budget of 41.3.
It's not that good, then, is it? Really?
No, it's fairly
not 6 cents money.
Next,
just a quick shout out to Friends where we were on that.
Yeah, it was.
Played it was Rachel's
but Ross's girlfriend's dad.
Ross's girlfriend's dad.
Yeah. Pretty good fun.
I too am a neat guy.
Yeah, that's such a brilliant episode. That's when they're on they go into the cabin, don't they?
Yeah, they've got the same time as Rachel goes with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
So let's mention next Unbreakable. Might as well mention this as well. I thought this was great.
That one. Yeah,
brilliant film.
Idea.
Absolutely brilliant film. Loved it.
And ahead of its time as well, because it's sort of capitalizing on the superhero thing. If this film were released now, it'd probably do loads more. It'd be hugely tied into comics, but comics are just in it as like a side character, aren't they?
Yeah. Next one. So we're getting a bit more.
That was 75 million, and it took 248 million.
Wow. Okay. Next one. Have you seen this one? Hostage.
No.
I only added this. This is. I enjoyed this. It was basically he's a hostage negotiator, and he. Yeah, and he has a bit of like it's that backstory where he lets somebody die, on the job.
Very much at this sort of point, I'm losing track of Bruce Willis, whereas I probably would have watched most things that came out with him in it. At this point, when he starts doing stuff like this, I start going, it's all the same shit.
Yeah.
Wowzers. Okay, so 2005. Released in the Philippines 2 days before it was released in the States, weirdly. But the budget, 75 million. And what do you think it took at box office?
Probably didn't do very well. Maybe it took 50.
No, it did better than that. It took 77 million.
Oh.
Made 2 million.
Still got paid, didn't he?
Well, yeah, you'd imagine he probably got.
Just nothing off the back end on that one.
No, yeah, you didn't get any of the percentage profits.
Next, Sin City.
Yeah.
Sin City's a great film. Really like it. Really,
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really interesting take. I don't know,
Honestly,
great.
for me, this is one of those ones that's close. It's probably like if your objective is to make
a comic book
something
film
that feels like the comic book. This feels like the comic book. There's frames taken right out of it. There's some good stuff.
I agree.
Yeah. I like it. It's set in that sick world, you know, where people like that yellow bastard can exist, and you know what I mean. Do you remember that guy? That fucking horrible. Yeah.
And Mickey Rourke as well. I mean, absolutely brilliant.
It was thinking on it, Elijah Wood.
He was the killer. He was the silent killer. The yellow bastard was the son of the senator, who was just an evil fuck.
I need to watch it again.
Jessica Alba, Benicio del Toro, Brittany Murphy, Clive Owen, Mickey Rourke, Bruce Willis, Elijah Wood. It had a budget of 40 million, which surprised me. I'd have thought it'd have been much more than that.
Black and white, don't it?
Red all over.
It's mostly black and white, so yeah.
And it took 160 million.
Again, if they made this film again now, what they achieved back in 2005
they did a
was
sequel, didn't they?
pretty well.
They did
Yeah, they did. The sequel's not that bad actually. If you like Sin City stuff. I've read all these original Sin City stories. They're really good. The comics are great. They're all really interesting. I love. Fucking hell, I forgot what it's called. What's Mickey Rourke's character called?
Can't remember.
Oh God.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Mickey Rourke's character
Boxer Man.
Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong film.
The one who saves all the strippers, basically. Just keeps saving prostitutes. Oh my God. Marv, that's it, yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's a good film. Yeah.
Cool. Next one, 16 Blocks.
But the Sin City 2, by the way, had a budget of 65 million and it took 39.4.
Yeah, it was rumours. Oh, excuse me. There was rumours when it came out that it was troubles and it was troubled and it couldn't get the same sort of standard of cast and it wasn't going to be. I think the damage was already done.
Oh, it is a Bruce Willis film. I didn't realise Bruce Willis was in it.
Yeah, I think he resurrects his character in it. Yeah.
In fact, most of them were. In fact, most of them are in it. It got Ray Liotta's in it as well. Rosario Dawson, Christopher Lloyd.
Wow.
Huge cast in this film.
A Dame to Kill. Is it A Dame to Kill, Rich? A second?
It is A Dame to Kill, yeah.
Yeah.
A Dame to Kill
honestly,
4.
I like it because I've read the books and they're quite close to it. There's some interesting stuff. They change a few things around, but I think one of them, Clive Owen's character, very different in the comic book.
Right.
They do something. I can't remember what they did, but they blended two stories into his. But yeah, it's good. That's a fucking awesome shot. I might have to rewatch that.
So 16 Blocks. I've seen this. I enjoyed this.
Most definitely, David.
Seen it.
So basically, this guy's a witness, and Willis has to take him 16 blocks to get him to the courthouse. And he's been like hunted down by all the people who want him dead. Something like that. I've seen it once, but I remember enjoying it. They were good. But if you guys haven't seen it,
John Thompson's in it. 52 million budget, 65.7 million box office.
Yeah. Next one, another Die Hard, then Live Free or Die Hard, as it was called in the States.
Oh, this is where I get lost. Oh, this is what started the idea in Bruce Willis's head that he wanted to work with Kevin Smith, wasn't it? Because he's in this.
Yeah.
Smith,
I love Kevin Smith's character in this. Actually, I'm not a fan of this film, but you know, it's.
It was.
It's.
This is the one with this is the old computer hacker plot in it, where he's like,
but isn't there a bit where he jumps on the wing of a fucking F-16 tornado jet in the middle of the city and he's balancing perfect?
This is where it started going. You know,
that's what people fail to realize. The thing about Die Hard is it works because the practical effects are what makes it work.
Yeah, and also the guy got hurt when he was doing stuff.
Yeah, he's not a fucking superhero, is he?
Yeah.
He ends up every movie covered in dirt and blood.
Yeah.
And
Is
that's
this the
what he
one
wants.
where they're in the tunnel and he basically drives a car up a ramp and takes out a helicopter with it?
Yeah.
As you do.
So yeah, budget 110 million. Wow. And it took 388 million.
So it still did all right.
It did, still.
So
It made nearly 4 times, wasn't it?
Yeah. Next one, Cop Out.
I'm not going to comment.
So
I'd say to anybody watching, I've seen that movie. It's nowhere near a Kevin Smith movie. It was a misguided approach to Kevin Smith working with Bruce Willis. But
was this the one with Prince doing the soundtrack?
Make your own mind up. I don't think so.
No, it was Harold Faltermeyer did the score. I know that because he wanted to get Beverly Hills Cop style.
Oh yeah. So Adam Brody.
So it was meant to be a bit of an homage, wasn't it, to the kind of movies he said his dad liked in the, that was the idea,
yeah. But he quickly realised while making the film that he was being stonewalled by a fucking Hollywood, ginormous Hollywood ego. Yeah,
Big T Moores here.
Hey, Big T, how you doing, mate?
Nice t-shirt, chaps. The ones that fit them.
Oh, come on, big guy.
No Natalie this week, Big T, and we're leaving it up to you guys to guess why. She's going to hate this. It took 30 million. It took 55.6 million at a cost of 30 million.
Wow.
Can you just pop that comment up again? A second. Right. I heard so many bad things about Die Hard 5. I've never seen it.
I've got
the poster. Not? It's really bad.
It's
I just thought
it's
that,
awful.
Yeah,
it's
it's
really
I didn't care. I just didn't care.
Well,
I just thought, fuck that.
If you don't like the F-15 or whatever it was, that bit,
you're gonna
in this one,
this
he jumps through a plate glass window with his son, and they fall about 9 miles, and they're fine. It's like it's just gone total.
It's in Russia, isn't it? It's set in Russia.
Yeah.
I mean, again, though, had a budget of 92 million and it took 304 million.
Right.
It's the name of the film, though, isn't it? It's the franchise that.
I still think they could do one more well, not now, obviously, because he's retired, but they should have done one, and it should have been the Speed 2 cruise control, right? With John McClane on a retirement cruise, and then shit hits the fan.
That'd be brilliant. Love to see it, yeah.
Too late, though, isn't it?
Too late.
It's unfixable now. They've properly fucked their own franchise.
It's on a retirement cruise.
Yeah.
Die Hard with a cruise.
No, just die. Just die. That's it.
It has to be Die Hard.
Die
Hard cruise control. Just call it. Just get
rid
of the speed thing. Just get rid of the Speed 2 and just call it Die Hard.
No, it's Died Hard, and he's done his washing, but he's put his whites in with his reds, and they're all come out pink.
It's about as interesting as the fucking movie by the sounds of it. It wasn't for me. I just thought, okay, this is where you've lost me completely. And again, I'd be surprised if there's one more Bruce Willis film you've got that I've enjoyed in this next fucking
There
few
will be
years.
one. There will be one. Hang on, we're coming to the end. I've only got 3 more posters.
There's probably some I've forgotten about, but go.
Right, I really enjoyed this one. And the sequel.
Yeah. I agree. Strong agree. But dude, it's fucking age appropriate.
Yeah,
it is about X.
Yeah,
it's you know what I mean. He's reached that age. He would have retired. It's not unbelievable, and they all come out of retirement and fight a bunch of baddies. It's great. And John Malkovich is fucking great in it.
It was good fun. It was just a fun film.
Helen Mirren, great in it.
Yeah.
You're
right.
All good. They're all good in that.
It cost 58 million, and it took 200 million.
Still got another one. What did you think of Looper?
I liked that as well.
I haven't seen this.
Yeah,
I remember at the time.
This is a good one. Rich, I think this is on Netflix. I highly recommend you give it a watch. Actually, it's not bad at all. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why that poster. Why does Joseph Gordon-Levitt look so weird on that poster?
Because they're making him look like Bruce Willis. Don't you remember?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. The loop
don't say
referring to. No, it's in the trailer. It's not the loop that they're referring to.
Don't tell him. Don't spoil it if he's going to watch it.
I haven't seen. Don't.
Give it a watch, Rich. It's good.
Heard what you said.
I didn't realise that Emily Blunt was in it either.
To be honest, as well.
No, I didn't.
Emily Blunt, who is the niece of the Tory MP Crispin Blunt.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wow, that's okay.
Just didn't realise that
information I didn't give a shit
related-
about.
Emily Blunt would be related to a Tory MP. That's weird.
Stop bringing politics into this shit.
Sorry. Yeah.
Last post.
Cost 30 million, took 176.5 million. Looper. Yeah.
There you go.
It cost 30 million.
Yeah.
Right, Rich. It does not look like a film. It does not look like a film that would cost 30 million. I would have said 130 million. Yeah, it's really good looking.
30 million. It took 176.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna rewatch this one. I'm gonna rewatch it. I really enjoyed it.
Mm. And Last Jedi director.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got all that against him.
No, last one. Here we go. Class.
Okay, I didn't mind this. All right. Okay, this film was, from what I remember, pretty interesting.
I haven't seen it yet.
The last half an hour. Well,
hang on. So which order is it? So you've got Unbreakable, then you've
Unbreakable, Split, and then Glass.
Split.
Right, you need to see Split as well.
Yeah.
Thanks, Big T. I'm not intending to. I'm just going to. I'm just going to trust you. I don't think I've seen Red 2 though. I will have to watch Red 2.
Red 2's good as well. Yeah, it was good.
Okay, I don't think I've seen the sequel.
I'll
tell you what, I've learned something tonight. I've learned that I actually like Bruce Willis way more than I thought I did.
He's got a lot of stuff I didn't bring up as well as a lot of films. He's done a lot of stuff. I mean, towards the end, obviously, of his career.
He's done some fucking shit recently.
Yeah.
Really,
you kind of realise why now, which is a bit.
He's gone on that same path as people like Wesley Snipes and Nicolas Cage, where they just started making money, making films because they're an actor. Not because they want to be there.
Well, he wanted to have a. It makes more sense now when you find out.
It does, yeah.
It's really weird.
Go on.
Sorry. So the budget for Unbreakable was 70 in what year was that? 2000. It was 75 million, and it took 248.1 million. Then the budget for Split was 9 million, and it took 278.5 million.
Wow.
And then the budget for the last one, Glass, was 20 million, and it took 247 million.
When you watch them, Rich, you'll realise why.
Weird that you start off so.
Most of that money must have gone to James McAvoy, I guess, because when you watch the movie, it's all pretty much set in one spot. There's no it's all about James McAvoy's acting chops and how many different characters he can convince you he is, I liked it. I think definitely liked it better than Glass. Glass could have been better. It felt like we just rushed the ending in a way that I wasn't bothered about. But for something that was never really meant to be linked together, it links quite well. I think they decided after Split that Split was set in the same world as Unbreakable, and there was something there.
Right.
So if you don't remember, the Unbreakable is basically about Bruce Willis survives a train crash, and you learn that it's because he's never been sick in his life. He's practically a superhero.
Meanwhile,
in a
you've got
world
Samuel
where
L. Jackson, who's the most broken.
Yeah. But he's got the mind of a criminal genius. So but bringing them all three together in that last movie is actually. But yeah, I really liked Split. I think it was an interesting performance by James McAvoy. Because you're thinking about somebody with a split personality disorder who goes from the mind of a 6-year-old kid to a fucking psychopathic, muscled up nutcase, and he can switch like that, and it's quite good, like Moon Knight or something, or a Gollum. You know what I mean? Just switching from one to the other does it really well.
Who'd play the better Obi-Wan, McAvoy or McGregor?
McAvoy.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Who would?
Who would play it? Do you think? Who do you think play better, James McAvoy or Ewan McGregor?
I honestly think that if McAvoy had been given the same script that Ewan McGregor would, he would have had the same problem. It's not them.
So you think it was a script? Right.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, fucking hell, Paul Hayden Christensen is going to have to defend. I hate sand. Sound gets everywhere, and you can't get it out of your butt. Well, fucking Jesus, jump in the shower, Darth Vader. Man up, don't worry about it. Fucking hell, just use the Force to extract all the sand off you. Do you know what I mean? Fluff it away. But yeah, it's the scripts. There's always a bigger fish. What?
Misa, no.
How long before
what the fuck you talk
now?
about ObiWan? Like, it's fucking even Jar Jar's thinking, what's it?
How long before Obi-Wan comes out?
27th. This
The
month.
boy is dangerous. They all sense it. Why can't you?
I like that.
Out of 10, how much are you looking forward to watching Obi-Wan?
6.
5.
6.
Really?
5,
I thought you'd have been more excited.
I don't think any of us. I mean, I think we all need to see that first episode, don't we, to see whether it's.
Well, they've made the right decision by putting 2 on first thing, and they've put 2 episodes back to back. So
That's because they've delayed it, though, isn't it?
it's only delayed like 2 days.
2 days.
Because Stranger Things is out on that day that we're going to release it. They're like, fuck that.
Oh
no.
my fuck Obi-Wan! I'm straight watching watching the entire fucking run of Obi-Wan.
It looks insanely good. It looks
this
so
one
good.
looks like they've
The
thrown the
trailer's
kitchen
amazing.
sink in. It looks fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
I think they're going to go out with a bang. I don't know if it's the last season.
Maybe we should have watched the trailer for that instead of Chip and Dale.
There's too much going on in that trailer. In that
is.
Stranger Things trailer, there's so much going on. I'm just like, okay, just show me it now. That's fine. I forgot that it was coming out this month, actually. I thought it was a summer thing.
Wait.
Awesome.
Wait.
Yeah, so I'll probably wait with Obi-Wan, man, because they'll release Stranger Things all on the same day as well.
Is it not part 1 and part 2, the Stranger Things?
I don't think
It is. It's the series is split into 2.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
I think because
so you'll get like 6 episodes and then another 6 or however many are in the series.
Look at Ozark.
I think that means we're going to get more episodes anyway for that. If it's a final, I don't know if that's because they filmed it during the pandemic or whether
Ozark came out in February, and there were 7 episodes, and then before you knew it, the next lot's here. We're not talking years of gap between. The same with Better Call Saul. It's going to be a 2-month gap between this part and the next part, so they'll do the same thing.
We're seeing this with loads actually. The last series of, I know no one's really interested in it anymore, but The Walking Dead has been done in 3 parts.
But again, because of COVID, so would you rather have nothing at all for a year, or would you rather them just film it in a way, stagger it through? Yeah. I think I'd rather them do it like this.
Obi-Wan, I'm being a bit harsh on it with the 5, but I wouldn't have been bothered if they hadn't have made it. You know what I mean? It's like, to me, it's that thing of.
I agree with you. I'm looking forward to it in a 5, but if it does what other things have done that have surprised me from Star Wars recently, then I'm probably going to genuinely start looking forward to watching it. Book of Boba, not so much, but Mandalorian definitely.
Mandalorian's just been brilliant.
I mean, Book of Boba just completely fucked itself in the dick hole. I don't know why. It really did. It just like, well, why put your best episode that's nothing to do with Boba Fett? What's going on? What are you talking about?
Well, we know why, because they pulled it out of Mando season 3, didn't they? And had to
I know, but it just.
Oh, is that what happened?
Apparently, that's what happened. Yeah, they went, we need to save this show somehow. And they went, we'll take that's done for thingy, throw it in here and redo the end. That's what they're saying. Oh, bloody hell, big team. Oh, 4 out of 10. Right,
I was being generous with the 6 because I thought Lummy would go higher. I'm not a 6 looking forward to it. I mean,
I think I'm a 4. I'm with Big T on this. I think I'm about a 4. I'll watch it out of loyalty to the franchise, to the brand.
What it's definitely got going for it is the fact that we're going to see a Darth Vader fight. So if they do that right, there's no way that it could be bad. You know what I mean?
Just don't know.
You don't know. We'll see if they're doing it right. But yeah, essentially, you're still talking about 2 people that got a shitty end of the stick with the acting in the first.
I hope for their sake it is good, because it will kind of redeem a little bit of that thing. Especially Hayden Christensen, he did get a bad thing.
He didn't deserve his career ending, did he?
No.
No.
I mean, he's probably done all right still.
Yeah, probably, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You're talking about an age where people who are in these things who get abused online by dickhead Star Wars fans who think they've got a right to tell people how to make things that they can't do. Right,
think
and
you're gonna
people are
get abused
fucking
online regardless of how well you do or how.
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
there's
Of
always
course,
some,
but, you know,
there's always a
it-
bigger fish, as they
you
said.
should never be
Yeah.
in that arm at best position where you're thinking about killing yourself all the
Oh,
time
God,
because
yeah.
people are so fucking
Is that what
mean to you.
happened?
Yeah.
Is that what
Apparently, it
happened?
made him depressed and suicidal. Same with Jake Lloyd, who got cut out of Phantom Menace. These people who are in it and they think they're going to be the next big thing, and now they're probably sitting, I don't know, some lay-by somewhere, drinking from a brown paper bag, going, "How come I'm the one who was in Star Wars and everything fell apart?" You know
I mean,
what I mean?
to a much smaller extent, during the pandemic, you had Andrew Lloyd Webber as the self-styled savior of theatre, and he opened Cinderella, and it had loads of issues with it. But despite poor writing and poor production, the cast have made that show pretty good show, and it's done really, really well. So
But Andrew Lloyd Webber's
they've just cast the second cast to come in for the next year of the contract.
Yeah.
And the first cast were 20 minutes before the matinee on Saturday, and we're told that they're cancelling from June. That's it. They're all out of a job in June. And then they announced it on social media, and all of the new cast, who a lot of them are making their West End debuts, found out on social media that they that they'd lost their jobs. Just horrific way to treat people. Just
It is, yeah. But Andrew Lloyd Webber's no stranger to flops, is he? He's had a few. Starlight Express, Chess, a couple of others, loads of them. He's had some
Andrew
big
Lord
flops.
Flubber. Yeah, weird
What
one.
do you
Weird
about
one.
this? As you're in the musical kind of industry, what do you think of this Gemma Collins being cast in Chicago?
Oh, that's the most amazing.
I didn't hear the end of your thing. What's she being cast in?
Chicago.
I fucking hate that show. Everybody should
they're
have a go
saying
at
like
Chicago.
loads of people online. I mean, I'm not bothered about this stuff, but loads of people were saying, oh, what a terrible idea and all this, and she's a talentless, all this stuff. I just wondered what you thought.
I agree, but she will get bums on seats.
Yeah, I couldn't give a shit. They did the same thing with Mel C and fucking Jesus Christ Superstar, and that got the piss ripped out of it.
Yeah,
I don't care, mate. Fuck it. Somebody's got to be in it.
This is brilliant though that somebody did of her. I don't know if I could get this.
Can't hear it.
Oh, I think, I know.
So it's basically her on Big Brother or whatever show she's done, and she's going, "Cunt, fire exit door, think it's a disgrace." And it's basically a scene from Chicago. It's brilliant. It's really, really good.
Who is she?
Yeah,
is she,
I think.
Is she the monstrous one? Oh, yeah. I think I know what you mean. It's basically, I don't watch any of that. I don't know any of them, but by default, I know 3 or 4 of them because they're always on fucking Have I Got News? Not Have I Got News for You, but they're on everything. They're on everything.
Yeah.
Any panel show you put on. So, yeah, I'm familiar with her. But, she seems like a horrendous person.
Yeah, she will get bums on seats. She'll get people who don't normally come to theatre. But, there are people who are better trained than her.
And personally, I fucking hate Chicago. I hate Chicago.
But let's not forget, though. Let's not forget. Chicago
junk.
had David Hasselhoff. It had Jerry Springer in it. It had Sharon Osbourne in it. It's a show that's no stranger. It's a show that's no stranger to having stunt casting.
She can't go.
Oh, my lovelies. I'm gonna.
I think it's time for us to
it is
to dim the light.
Music.
Stick our cups of cocoa on the stove.
Yeah.
And start to fluff up.
Well, we've done 2 hours, 20 minutes, 23 minutes.
Wowzers! Back with a plum. Well, we're not going to have Webby next. We'll see what's going to happen about a show next week. Webby's going on his honeymoon.
Oh.
Going away for 2 weeks. Going to go and consummate that marriage.
Yeah, it's going to be a romantic old time with our little 4-year-old running around.
Well, it better be a long wedding because it's going to be a short honeymoon. What's that from? What's that from?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Come on.
It's
And then he
Father of the
drinks a
Bride.
coffee. Right, I'll give you the end bit. You'll get it. It goes like this. Hang on, what is visual, Webb? It's visual. Hot! Too hot!
Oh, Spaceballs.
He's got it. Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
Right.
You missed out on that one, mate. You should have seen it when you were 8 years old because I don't think it's aged particularly well.
Yeah, I tried to watch it when we.
It's got some good lines in it. Come on.
It's got a couple of good lines in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Not an hour and a half's worth.
Hey, look what I found in the bookshop the other day. I've got to show you my book of the week.
What's this?
Young Frankenstein novel.
Oh, that's cool.
What?
Oh,
That's all right.
cool.
I bet that's actually worth something.
Yeah, that's good. I had to put it in a
That
bag.
is cool.
We're falling to bits. So I had to bag
Are you
my
actually
books up.
reading any of these?
Yeah, I read them and then I put them in the, in the bags.
Plastic.
Yeah.
Hermetically sealed, yeah. Well,
Oh,
gentlemen,
lovely.
it's been really, really lovely hanging out with you guys. It's been such a long time. It's been worth 2 hours and 23 minutes with
Yeah,
lots
OG
of fun.
Geeks, man. The OG ones.
Yeah. Cool.
Absolutely, it's been good. And it was nice to have Gary as well pop around. Martin, thank you very much for your comments and your continual support. Big T, thanks, mate. It's been really, really to have you along in the show. Please share the heck out of our content. Lovey, is there anything that's going on this week that people need to see?
As it's May 4th, on Wednesday, maybe I'm going to put my Box Office Radio Star Wars show I did last week up on Mixcloud so people can listen to that. 2 hours of Star Wars music for you, if you like that kind of thing.
Have you got the one that goes da da da
No.
da da?
No.
Oh, you missed the
Hold
trick
on,
there.
I got
You missed the
a couple of
trick
years
there,
ago on Star Wars Day, I was working at a special needs school and got punked by one of the kids because I went up to him and I went, "May the 4th be with you." And he went, go and say that to Toby. So I went up to Toby and I was like, "Hey, Toby, may the 4th be with you." And 11-year-old Toby went, "You say that to me again and I'll punch you in the fucking face." So brilliant. I got totally punked by this kid. He knew Toby was going to say that to me. Little bastard.
Prick.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll probably do my annual May the 4th impression video as well that I stick up.
Awesome.
Go for
Awesome.
it.
So you can find that on channel Lumb. Oh, gentlemen, it's been awesome hanging out with you guys. We'll see you all very, very soon. But this is the time of the show where we all put our hands up and we go, goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. I'm off to get